の下水ゲームの最中だというのに。歓迎するよ。
I do not expect this game to really run. It will run. I just know realistically what it will still do. Just like last time when I streamed. But granted, that was a beta. That was just the beta. Oh boy. I really... This is another one of my spur of the moment ideas. Not new though, but I am thinking about doing it more. Of streaming late at night just to catch the other side of the globe if I could. Who knows if I can catch some Russians or some Japanese or some Indonesians. You know what? I wanted to meet an Indonesian girl. I like the way they talk. It's like a different kind of Spanish. Yeah, this is definitely going to be just me just talking about whatever while seeing if this game even works. If you're even showing up to this stream at all, then you're pretty badass for watching. You're pretty badass for watching. This is genuinely... I have no plans other than I had some on my mind that I wanted to talk about. And as I was just sitting there actually kind of trying out this game for just a small bit, I just had other stuff that was on my mind that I was talking out loud to myself, and then it just dawned on me like, damn, this type of energy that I got right now could be going to a stream. So that's what you're going to be witnessing. So again, if you're here just like for the hell of it, then damn. Welcome to the stream, JBL. You're one of the few and lucky who really are about being, you know, with your boy, ogmudbum, or Free2ThinkFree, right? Anyway, you're asking, did you take a drink, LMAO? Yeah, but like, I haven't been drinking like that. I just started. Yeah, no, seriously though, this is just a very small stream, depending on how I feel. Really, it's very mood based, but I feel like my mood is quite, you know, it's quite in the stir right now. Let's just say it's quite in the stir. Like I genuinely had something to talk about, and don't worry, I still do remember what I was thinking about. It's overall, it's gonna be very just. It's gonna be very if I don't get too distracted by this game, it's gonna be very like chatty. But yeah. You said you were listening to music, you saw the stream pop up, why not? Yeah, alright. Yeah, man. No. Yeah, it's just gonna be very off the cuff. Granted, this game is gonna be pretty loud, and I haven't played Battlefield like that in a minute. I did touch this Red Set game in a little, like, what, about last week I did touch it, and I was like, you know, I'm surprised they're even doing this at all to try to make this a possibility, a free Battlefield, because you know this is a bad idea. I think it's a bad idea to have a free Battlefield. I'm dead serious. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, it's genuinely a bad idea to have a free Battlefield, just like how it's a bad idea to have a free, you know, Call of Duty. Like, do you see where I'm getting at with this? They're just taking the same route that literally the other competing juggernaut, like, first-person shooting game, you know, they're adopting their practices. So, what I like to say, though, is that if I can ever get this game to work better on my PC, and it's a free game for anybody else that is willing to give this game a chance, In all seriousness, I would like to see us play some Battlefield 6. And don't worry, you know, I'm still the way I am about Battlefield from the last time I played before my channel got taken down by YouTube because YouTube is GAY. But yeah, I still have what I've said, man. This game, I'm not so sure about. The campaign already, I saw it. It's exactly what I expected. You know, the most dominating character was the female in every aspect of the game story. I mean, you play as a black dude, and he's supposed to, you know, be, like, awesome and crap, but every time anything was, like, of action, the female was the most, like, she was spearheading, like, any action bit. Speaking of that, so here's what kind of gave me maybe, like, a silver lining about the way I viewed Battlefield 6 so far, is they actually let you customize your character, but not like in a Call of Duty way that's, you know, stupid. So look, you can swap factions. So the biggest thing is that we know there's the default beta made you play as a woman, so that's an Asian girl, right? This, I'm pretty sure, is also a girl too. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, right? You would not think at all that this looks like a woman. But I heard female voices come out of that face. Like, bro, she looks like she looks like her eggs are about to dry out. She looks like her eggs are about to just, like, expire. Why are you even carrying a big old giant machine gun? You're gonna fall over and crap because you're a woman. Anyway, look. So here, let me show you the part that does, you know, seem cool. You can actually have other faces. Not, like, to a full extent. These are still pre-selected. Like, you can't customize the face. But they actually gave you, like, a few more factions that, depending on which side you pick, I guess, you actually have more characters to work with that are, like, unnamed. Especially in this case, look, I think these are, like, the characters from story mode. So, like, you know, you get to play this nigga and whoever he is from this game, whatever. Yeah, like, this was the main character, I thought. Which, by the way, him having an afro pushed in through that back of that ball cap, I would beat the shit out of you if I was, like, your leading, you know, drill sergeant, whatever. Cut your hair. And then there's the other guy in the story. Some Asian. But yeah, I kid you not. There really is, I think, a chance that you get to avoid having to hear females, like, 100% in this game. I wish it would be completely, you know, rid of, but, you know, the idea of a female on the battlefield getting shot at. But yeah, this is a female, and then this right here, that's definitely a dude. And that, I want to believe is a dude. Like, I wish I saw more characters like this, and, like, with the Battlefield, like, 3 dialogue, where they were just cussing up a storm, because, you know, you're getting shot at with 50 cal rounds, and you're getting shell-shocked, and, you know, you're serving a war that, you know, pedophilic politicians are putting you through. Yeah, I would be cussing up a storm, too. But yeah, they got rid of that dialogue and made it all, you know, they kind of eased up on that throughout the Battlefield years. So yeah, but I like to believe that's a dude. That's a dude. That's a woman. I can already tell that's a woman. Also, my controller might be messed up. Yeah, so my controller's a little bit messed up because the right stick, there's like a certain dead zone on the right stick. Like when I look left at all, aim left, it starts to kind of just not work sometimes. So, and this was like the most, you know, catered PS4 controller I've been using. I don't know why I'm, you know, this is like my 6th freaking controller. Anyway, yeah, let me look at the chat right quick. I forgot I'm streaming. Still kind of want to try this game out. Unfortunately, my PC will die. I could get on PS5, but I like shooters with mouse and keyboard. So, look, this is coming from me. I bet your PC is either as good as mine or even better. I just don't know the specs. What are your specs? Because, I mean, you probably already know, which is why you're telling me that you think you can't handle Battlefield 6, but I bet you can. I like to think you can. I'll take the gamble. Yeah, this is coming from me, so I'm sitting there about to run this game while I got OBS up. Like, I know the online experience is gonna suck, so that's why I'm saying this is gonna be a talking stream mostly. But yeah, that's a girl. I can already get the feeling that's a girl. That's a dude. That's a nigga. That's a dude. Maybe that might be a girl. Again, like, I'm just doing this just to show you that it looks like there's a chance that they really are at least saying, let's see if we can make it maybe a possibility. You get to see other types of, you know, people out in the battlefield. And maybe if people are smart and actually give a fuck, you would see literally like you will hear no females getting shot at. Everybody will be like scrambling to pick anybody, any other type of model that has swinging dick and balls. Pardon my French. Like, that looks like a girl, I bet. Yeah, that definitely looks like a girl. So like, people would be like, nope, and then try to move on to this. I'm assuming, again, that's if what I think it is like you can pick these characters. I don't know yet. But if you really do give us the option of like having, because what I'm assuming, these are like different units from like around the world, and like there's like a joint coalition or some crap. There's like some order, I guess, put out saying, yeah, man, these guys got to work with these dudes from a different country because this battlefield is real. And so, you know, you get to see different walks of life. That's what I like to believe, you know, the story of. I also kind of skipped through some of the story. Like, there is a story to the multiplayer that they're finally adding, but I just want to play the game. But I want to delete my progression and start over with like what happened in the intro, because I do care. Javia says, I mean, if it makes the same money like Call of Duty, one of the cores, they are going to copy. Of course they're going to copy. Yeah, I know they're going to copy. But that's the sucky part. They shouldn't have never copied from the start. Copying Call of Duty now definitely looks like it's not too late to turn back. We just witnessed Call of Duty 7, Black Ops 7, like, this is the worst Call of Duty that's ever happened, even though this is coming from me. If it was coming from me, I'd tell you that Call of Duty died back when Advanced Warfare became a thing. But anyway, I digress. Is there any Battlefield with a good campaign? I think Battlefield 1 is whatever. I heard other games don't have good campaigns. The best Battlefield campaign to ever play is Battlefield 3. Yeah. There's Battlefield Bad Company that has a story. Because really, Battlefield has never had a story, if I'm not mistaken. Except Bad Company. Bad Company is a spinoff that it was the first time Battlefield was genuinely like on consoles, because it's always been a PC game. But because it was on the PS3 and the 360 back in the day, what happened was they had to condense like the whole aspect of the Battlefield like game, because it used to be like 80, 72 players. Now it's like, you know, you only had like 16 by 16, 16 versus 16 players. Then as the game, you know, grew from Bad Company to Battlefield 3, which is like an official, like, linear storyline, then yeah, it grew to have more players and stuff. But yeah, the Bad Company series was the first game. Bad Company was the first Battlefield I played, and I love it. It was the greatest game ever. Then Bad Company 2 came out. That was awesome too. The story was, yeah, like, not too great, but it's better than whatever the fuck this Battlefield 6 game did. Battlefield 3 is the best story ever. It feels real, feels like grounded, feels like there was no feminism or none of that gay crap. And then Battlefield 4 sucked. Don't play the story on that. That's when feminism started kicking in. There was like this Chinese girl. Anyway, Battlefield 5 don't get... Battlefield 1 and 5 sucked. Because they kind of lied up a little bit about history. And, yeah, something like that. Anyway, just play Battlefield 3, man. It's the only good story if you are looking for a good story. In other words, don't really play Battlefield for its story at all. Just play the multiplayer. Like I said before, play everything except Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 2042. If I was even more honest, I would say just play the Bad Company series, play Battlefield 3, 4, Battlefield Hardline, yeah, that's really it. I haven't played the Hardline story, by the way. Ain't that crazy? Like, I should have, if I love Battlefield so much, I would have played it, right? But after I played 5, no, my bad. After I played Battlefield, Battlefield 4 for its story, I didn't think Hardline was gonna have a good story. So let's just assume that Hardline, its story sucks. Anyway, Javier says, I do remember we have the same graphics card. What, AMD Ryzen? No, wait, GeForce GTX 1660 Super? Look, it's running right now. If I wasn't streaming, the game does run, like, pretty good. Even with the graphics amped up. Hey, there's Nacho Libre, man. What's up? No, I'm not gonna be doing a whole lot of junkyard, like, like OG Mudbum, like kayfabe. You know, but if you want to, you know, kind of carry it on, then I'll roll with a bit. But yeah, just assume that we're just late night truck riding. Only ever played Call of Duty Black Ops 3, so I have no opinions on that series. Honestly, not really very appealing to me. Yeah, you like play Black Ops 3 when it sucks. Train go boom. The game, so like Call of Duty is supposed to have a objectively better story than Battlefield series, but you picked like the worst one when you mentioned Black Ops 3. Yeah, your graphics card can handle this game. Just don't literally do anything else other than play this game. Like, I bet even if you try to voice chat, the game would just explode your PC. But Battlefield 3 does not work anymore, so at least the single player is good. Oh, wait, what? What do you mean it doesn't work anymore? Battlefield 3, did they discontinue? Did they? Bro, Battlefield, like, the moment you start taking away, I guess they're trying to get you to get 6 instead. That went down my throat pretty bad, that alcohol. Anyway, if they started doing that crap, then that's exactly like what people are tired of. They're tired of gaming being so under the grasp of these corporate fuckheads who will do anything they can to like take everything away from you that you like ever owned digitally. So if like you can't even own the ability to fucking play online an old fucking game, yeah, because of its servers, and then they're like hunting for people who are trying to make private, like, you know, like whatever you call it, networks to make the game still alive. That type of shit. Like how you can play Metal Gear Solid 4, which we still need to play all together, by the way, guys. Metal Gear Solid 4 is like a Discord, like, online multiplayer game. There is still multiplayer for a game over damn near 20 years old, and its multiplayer is no longer accessible unless you know how to play specifically that emulator that I was trying to get y'all to download. Join the Bumhounds. Anyway, yeah. It seems it does work, just needs to go through hoops and shit is broken. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna have to go through some hoops and, like, really figure out how... Like, I still don't know how this graphics for this game is. Because last time, again, I played it, it was just... I tried to lower the graphics as much as possible, but what happened was... oh my gosh. I didn't know what some of the graphic settings meant. Like, I forgot to go through here also, because... some of this can actually affect your game's, what you call it? The game's performance, even. Like, if you go to the graphics setting, that's not the only spot you have to worry about. In fact, what was it that I looked at? HUD? Mouse, keyboard, graphics, audio systems. I think it was maybe gameplay. I don't know. And I don't really care. What I'll try to do, I'll try to play like small maps and stuff, but I'm also gonna turn down this game a little bit because I want to talk. Anyway, oh my gosh, this menu also is terrible to navigate. It's bad. I'm just letting you know. Okay. Yeah, just lower this a little bit. Alright, anyway. Okay. Oh boy. Like let's see how like if I wanted to just go to a firing range. Let's see how that looks. And I don't know if I said it before, but I'll say it again. Like, when I played the beta, the game did work when I stopped streaming. It worked a lot better. And, the gameplay is pretty... It's solid. I'm still, to this day, like, I'm still not too hopeful. Like, I'm waiting to see that if they're going to, again, copy Battlefield, Call of Duty... in the sense of doing a fucking Warzone, like, free spinoff to this shit, I'm waiting to see where the caveat is coming in. Like, oh, let me guess, you are going to add a bunch of retarded-ass, stupid, gay, skins that have nothing to do with warfare and bloodshed. I'm gonna start seeing Family Guy, Spider-Man, fucking shoot at Hatsune Miku, from fucking Persona 6. With dildos flying out the fucking rifle. Yeah, if I start seeing that shit, that's the caveat that I'm talking about. There was even, I remember hearing about how there was a skin that they actually tried to add in this game, where it was a camo that kind of had the skin, like the coloring scheme of those Monster energy drinks. So it was like black and green, but it was still like a soldier. There was no like goofy in fact, you couldn't even see like the Monster logo, but it was a Monster themed logo or color scheme, and immediately people were like actually calling the arms on the internet saying, what the fuck is this? So I'm glad that people are that serious about not wanting to see stupid ass shit like this. It makes me happy. I'm not kidding. It really makes me happy to see that people really are dead serious when they want a fucking game that, you know, like, I don't want my immersion broken. If I wanted my immersion broken, I would play literally a game that has zero immersion. So Fortnite, Apex Legends, whatever other fuck game, Call of Duty now. That's why I don't like, I can't stand crossovers, man. I really can't stand crossovers. I hate to admit it, I love Helldivers. I love Helldivers a whole fucking lot. I'm still pretty upset to see how they keep pushing crossovers, such as, like, first it was, you know, Killzone, and I'm like, okay, whatever, and then it came out with Halo, and I was just like, you should have started with Halo, then Killzone. Killzone really don't make sense to me as far as, the crossover goes, and it feels frustrating to, see that so many different fucking studios love having to rely on a whole different IP to be like, yeah, man, we're gonna make it big with this one. And I'm like, why are you collabing with a completely different IP? Helldivers is supposed to be inspired by Halo and Starship Troopers and any other game that has similarities of the whole theme of being outer space and doing all this crap, shooting aliens and crap. Why do you have to literally add all of your freaking, you know, your references or your freaking, what's the word? Your inspirations. Why do you need to force inspirations into what inspired you to make this game? If I'm even making sense. Anyway. The mods needed for playing Battlefield 3. Okay. I need to play Helldivers again. I got turned off because I can't progress until I get super credits. Yeah, I hate to admit that I have paid a few times. Well, more than a few times. Some of the freaking season pass war bonds were freaking awesome. They still are. And at least you get to choose more of what you can see. And there's also, like, you know, the only thing that you can't share with people is some of the exclusive stratagems that do come with certain war bonds. But people do share at least the weapons that exclusively come with the war bonds. But yeah, I don't blame you, man. I think that it's too egregious to try to earn super credits to finally get the war bond you want without having to actually go into your wallet. At least, though, I will say this: it's not as bad as trying to unlock characters from Battlefront 2, if you remember that whole fiasco. But I will admit that I kind of hate to say there is a slight bit of balance between the super credits, how you earn them, and actually going out to pay it. Because, like, if you end up like me, where you're like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just pay for the super credits. Well, by then, at least when I did it, for example, I went and got it, but, like, I already had, like, at least half of the super credits earned, so I ended up actually paying less through Steam. Like, the smallest bit of super credits you can earn. Whereas, like, if you needed the full amount, then you would pay more. If I'm saying it right. I hope I said it right. Anyway, yeah, so there's that. I also wish that they would do, like, discounts and shit every once in a while, because I've yet to actually see that. So yeah. No, I'm not trying to defend it, though. It's just that I think we're never probably going to see Helldivers try to make war bonds easier to getting without paying. But, you know, like, there is actually just enough time still. People have gotten to a point where they play the game, there are some folks who actually kind of give you the best, most optimal ways of earning it. There is no fast way to really earning it, but only the most optimal way. But But also, it's like, you know, I think it's not that it's not like you're getting a fucking whole ass season pass. I'm trying to figure out what's the smallest matchmaking system that I can look for. That's why I'm just sitting here. Okay, close quarter battles. So like, I want there to be like really tiny, tiny as maps. But anyway, at least that you know, like the prices for the war bonds or the super credits, at least they're not as egregious like, you know, whole ass season pass by like Call of Duty or Apex Legends and shit, where it's like $19 or $29.99 or anything. Fucking season pass shit with Guilty Gear Strive or Skullgirls after they kicked out Mike Z and Alex Ahad. So I don't know. That's just where I'm coming from with it. Yeah, no, seriously, gaming really does suck, man. Like, it sucks that at this point, you have to really kind of accept you have to choose your poison as to, like, the only game that may be, like, somewhat substantial at, like, finally, you end up having to fucking give into the whole microtransaction part being ridiculous, or like, you know, a game like this maybe could be great if there was no women in here, but there's women. I don't know. I'm very oversensitized to seeing the wokeness in games, man. But I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of sacrifices now you have to fucking make sometimes if you really want to, like, play a game and just say fuck it. But that's if you want to. I have given up on gaming quite a bit, but I've come back to playing them again, man. I was actually just, like, what kind of made me want to start the stream, I guess, out of nowhere, was because I just had a lot on my mind to talk about. Like, there was this fucking video of this dude talking about Expedition 33 and why it sucks. And I'm just, like, laughing about it. Like, you know, that dude should be the only guy thinking that. Or at least, there should not be that many people who think that Expedition 33 is that good of a game. But what sucks is that Expedition 33 is supplemented by how bad gaming is. That's why it looks like it's like one of the few decent games that have come out, but it actually hasn't been. It's not actually a decent game that's come out recently. Yeah, so this game is still slow whenever I have OBS up. I'm gonna still try to play though. And dude, like, I got my rhythm a little bit when I was playing the beta a while ago. I got my rhythm in, dude. Don't you fuck with me. You put a rifle in my hand, I'm gonna be your fucking point man type nigga. Give me any gun in my hand, I'm gonna be your point man with a shotgun. Yeah, no, this game is laggy as fuck. Expedition, it's kind of funny completing missions and seeing the medal say 0. Oh yeah, that happens sometimes, man. Expedition game seems cool. Might pick it up for like $20 years, $20 years from now. No, you can get it for cheaper. Get it for cheaper. I don't think it's even worth $20. I mean, I shot him. You saw that, guys. You saw that, right? Oh, shut up, get him revived. Oh, boy's actually reviving me.
You're a lifesaver!
Is that a girl I'm playing as? Oh my gosh, not again. Wait, that's a flashbang! Oh wait, he's stunned! He's stunned by my fucking flashbang. You know what's funny? Like, you can feel how slow your character feels whenever the game is lagging for you, but the aiming is still, like, fast. So that's jarring. Yeah, that's very jarring. You motherfucker! I was like, wait, there's no way someone's near my corner. Expedition, yeah, don't get it for $20. Get it for cheap. Get it for free. Expedition 33 is just a basic JRPG, but Western, so it's better than most modern slot by simple fact that it's just an average Jap game. Yeah, nothing screams Japanese like a bunch of French people getting together. Oh yeah, well, it gets better. A bunch of French people that actually the person who made that was a woman. So I'm not sold on the fact that it's just like a game that completely avoids wokeism. Because I wanted to say this one thing. Two things about Expedition 33 that what made me not want to get it or ever give a fuck about it. Because one, well, actually 3 reasons. One, I don't like JRPGs. The only JRPG that I've ever played that, like, it's just because it's just not my preference of playing them is Final Fantasy VII. But, like, I got forced into playing it just to, like, actually learn how to talk, how to read. Because I was so used to playing in so many games that have people talk for you, and so many games that, like, don't have dialogue really to shit out. But Final Fantasy VII being a story game, you know, it was, I was, like, they were trying to get me to play it when I was, like, 6 or 7 years old. And, to me, I was just like, look, I just want to fucking shoot at something. Why is it that my character can't move around except the freaking menu, the, like, arrow key telling me to either use item or attack? Like, what the fuck is this? Anyway, let's actually focus on, like, the grown-up, free-to-think-free, like, explaining why I don't like JRPG. So, JRPG, despite my little bias, this Expedition 33, I didn't like it because it already looks like a game that I don't like its hyper-realism. I don't like the way the graphics look. The graphics, like, it looks like an incredibly great, pretty game, right? And that some of the characters even look, you know, not ugly for once. But still, it's a fucking game that has the most forgettable, like, artistic design or lack thereof. Because let's be real, like, if it wasn't for the fact that you were trying to make the bitch from Stellar Blade like Gunnar design, if you weren't trying to make, you know, what's the other game? Like that one game, I keep forgetting the name of it. Because it's like another Korean game that came out and everyone's playing it and it's like free to play. I already forgot, but you already kind of know what I'm talking about. You know, if it wasn't for, like, designing some of the costumes and shit to be purposely sexually appealing to a point that people will only play the game because of that, yeah, no, Stellar Blade doesn't have, like, a specific artistic design to it that makes the game overall stand out. Dead serious. I don't feel anything special about Stellar Blade's, like, graphics. It's just a very pretty game. Like, if Ellie from Last of Us didn't look specifically like the actress that plays Ellie, and that Joel, you know, didn't specifically look like Joel, and it was just generic looking people, games like The Last of Us and shit, or at least like the sequel, there's nothing that really makes the game, anything else about the game stand out. Other than, like, the clickers, the zombie design of the clickers, that's it. But, yeah, this whole hyper-realistic graphical shit that people are pushing, yeah, it's cool and all, but you also, don't forget, you still gotta make the game actually have, like, a purpose. Ooh, you saw that? Fucking ate their fucking face off with that shotgun. And there you go. Yeah, like, there is no artistic, really, like, other design or approach to the game other than it just looks hyper-realistic. So shit like that, man. Zenless Zone Zero, no, that's a game that actually has an artistic approach to it. Even Genshin Impact does, even though, like, Genshin Impact and Miho, whatever the fuck MiHoYo, they sit there and bullshit you with the same carbon copy, like, looking characters. That, like, there's only 3 body types of women, 3 body types of dudes. Instead of actually making each of their character, like, different, you're just literally taking a body, like, type A, short child, like, fucking, lolly character, give them pointy ears, give them green eyes, and then boom, that's a whole different character. But there's, like, other different, like, of the same body type. They don't actually make the characters look different in Genshin Impact. But at least, again, those games actually have an artistic approach that makes it distinctive versus just whatever fucking artistic approach Expedition 33 is trying to push. But no, not those games. There's I forgot the name of it, but don't worry about it. Just know this. Expedition 33 is one of those games that I'm trying to say that it just doesn't have anything going for it artistically. Like, I'm not trying to say it's completely vapid of any art or whatever. It's just that it looks so forgettable. Like, when I was playing, now that when I come back to look at how, oh shit. Anyway, when I go back to actually play and I checked out, like, Ghost of Tsushima, bro, the only characters that I fucking remember was the main character, Jin Sakai, the way he looks. The uncle that was, like, your father figure, right? The aiming sensitivity is way too high for this game. I might have to lower it. Granted, I could play the game like this, like I did in the beta. I just, you know, maybe it's just the speed right now. It's laggy, so that's why, like, I shouldn't be surprised. Gotta use I gotta use my Ozempic to heal myself. There we go. No, so the uncle, Jin Sakai, and, like, I forgot what the way the lady looked like that started you off, making you, like, lose your honor by picking up guerrilla tactics and shit. I forgot the way she looks. And guess what? There were no other characters that I remember in all of Ghost of Tsushima, because Ghost of Tsushima is another game that is kind of vapid of any artistic approach other than at least these motherfuckers look Japanese. You know? And when it comes to games that, again, do that, I'm not trying to shame any game that like is trying to be super realistic graphically and shit. As long as the game is actually good and that you actually have good characters overall. I'm gonna see if I can flank him like this. Nah, you can't. Anyway. But yeah, when I go back to look at Ghost of Tsushima, like, I don't remember any other character that is significant to the story other than Jin Sakai. Because that's how, again, like, generic, like, fucking, like, the characters look. The characters looked very generic and Ghost of Tsushima to a point that if it wasn't for The Last of Us 2 sucking so bad, which gave Ghost of Tsushima a chance to be popular, then the game would have never taken off. It wouldn't be as big. It wouldn't be as, like, heavily revered. Like, hell, again, you want to know a game that actually looks good with its character designs and shit, like trying to be kind of hyper real, but there was a way the characters looked and everything that gave them fucking, like, a flavor, like, just a distinctive flavor to that game. So Red Dead Redemption 2 did it good, and again, like, having, like, Joel and Ellie have that specific look to them, where like Ellie has like the fucking scar over her eye and shit, and Joel having that specific like beard rugged look to him, and just the clothes, whatever. That's the kind of stuff that, like, if you can do everything good all at once, then your game will look specifically good in a way. But there's no other games that have done that ever since they tried to hyper focus on graphics and shit. And Expedition 33 just looks again like a game that I'm going to forget all of these fucking characters. Especially if your story looks like lackluster and shit. What was the other point that I was gonna say? Guys, did I forget one? I forgot. I actually forgot. Anyway, look, I'm just trying to say that Expedition 33 is heavily overhyped because that's how bad gaming has gotten. That, like, the only few games that are worth even trying to play is anything from fucking China. So, like, now China is gonna have this, once again, stroking their ego and trying to put us more in debt and put us more in, like, a vacuum of, you know, dumbing down and worsening our fucking player, our generation of gamers and shit. I like how, like, now, yeah, y'all were mentioning Zenlo Zone Zero. I hate to admit it that you're catching me, no shit, giving up on Zenlo Zone Zero, or at least I say that I am. But I'm not gonna lie, I have been playing Zenlo Zone Zero. Oh no. I hope that's not, you know, an end-all be-all. This is the saddest truth you'll ever see. Wait, is that fucking Cinnamon Boy? Hey, Cinnamon Boy. Blew their knees off. Yeah, I fucking shot their fucking knee, their shit up. Damn! Can't see. But here's the thing, like, I am fully aware though that Zenlo Zone Zero is such a fucking time killer. And that I'm trying so hard to just be in it for the story. But the story is now, I'm just at a fucking wall. Like, I'm hitting a wall and watching how the fucking game is now just making you waste your time trying to earn fucking polychrome and unlock a fucking character. Then you don't get them. And then even when you do get them, then, like, you're too busy trying to upgrade them, and then you try to upgrade them, but then what else are you really going to use them for? The game's fucking combat system is pretty ass, because everything is about crit rate and everything else instead of whatever the character, like, is designed for. And there's too many fucking female characters in the game. That's why I hate to even bring up the fact that I am playing a game that I'm wasting my time on, is specifically that you're over there fucking thinking that they're gonna give you just badass characters in general, but they still do the whole, you know, all your male characters are usually stupid or are incapable of doing shit on their own if it wasn't for the fucking 99,000 fucking woman doing shit and being like a girl boss character. So I'm like sitting there feeling really stupid that I'm at a point where I'm wasted this much time playing that game for nothing. And, like, hear me out though, it's what sucks is that now if you do completely abandon the game, I feel like that's when, again, like, you put so much time into it that you don't want to stop playing. You guys right in my fucking way. So that I'm kind of going through the same kind of issue that I've had with Genshin Impact, but don't worry. At least I only played Genshin Impact for about, I feel like I've only played Genshin Impact for about 6 months. So, and yeah, don't worry, like, I haven't been playing the game since day one. I only picked up Zenlo Zone Zero back in, like, March or April this year, and I caught them trying to release like some bitch named Astra or whatever. Like that's when I started picking up the game. I've been wanting to play it when I heard about it, but I was just like, I was aware that it is a gacha ass game, so I'm like, I'm gonna wait to see what the fuck, where's the catch. But yeah, around like 6 months of Genshin Impact, I stopped completely. Motherfucking Zenless Zone Zero, like I said, I started back in like the first quarter of this year, so now that I can admit that most of my time, some of my time has been put into it, you know, where I wasn't editing and shit. I am, though, telling you right now, I'm about to fucking be done really with that game. Like, I need to, like, also take a break from it because it just don't matter. If I only care about the story, I should only be playing for the story, right? So, that's what I need to get back into doing, is that I only played the game for the story. Because it don't matter, it never mattered, the characters you unlock and shit. I just hate that there's a story that, for some characters, they don't explain their background of until you unlock them. Or, in other words, like, hey, there's an S-Ray character that, like, you don't know shit about. I really want to unlock Lighter. Fucking Lighter is, like, the only cool character I see so far next to Anton and fucking Billy when he's not being a fucking faggot. And that's what I'm saying. Like, they just can't make the fucking characters feel like they're in charge and shit. They have to make fucking Anton, like, a joke character. Oh, I forgot. There's Ben, too. Ben's pretty cool. Ben's a pretty cool-ass nigga. I actually can use Ben in a way that's like, no one uses him at all. And I'm like, it's because you hate not moving fast. But in all seriousness, yeah, fucking... When China's sitting there fucking taking so much of our time up, man, that's how they're getting us. That's why they call them gacha games, because they got your ass. Haha, gotcha. You thought that you were gonna pull this fucking S-rate character and think that you were gonna get anything out of it. Ha, gotcha. That's where the whole name comes from. Gotcha. Can I shoot this guy? No? Okay. Yeah, it's frustrating, dude. To see that China so far has us hooked again in some kind of way that I think that this is just their way of weaponizing entertainment against us. Get us hooked on these stupid-ass, like, gooner-ass games, making us think that they're worth the shit, right? When they're really not. While data mining for all your information, if you're stupid to give up any of your personal information just to play their free to play game. It's like it's free to play for with the catch. So when I play Zenless Zone Zero, I don't actually use my personal information. Don't worry, I never have used my personal information. I've never paid for shit. The only thing I've paid was time. I've paid with time, and I'm done paying. I wanna close my account. I'm not liking this story right now. Like, okay, so let me guess. You know what? The one character, another character I thought was gonna be cool, and it's just like, okay, so he's the bad guy now. And now I have to see that the whole aesthetic of the game feeling like a future modern dystopic, like, type of, like, Persona 5, like, themed game, and it's going right back to just, like, Chinese, like, ancient, like, mythology, mythology. Like, none of the characters I care about right now are cool. I'm like, okay, you got this other robot guy who's, like, an S-rank pull, so now I can't just pull him. And I don't have enough money, or Polychrome, my bad. I don't have enough Polychrome to pull him. I'm just gonna pull whatever characters you fucking forces A rank, and it's just pissing me off. Oh, you know, Monito's cool, but whatever. You know, Zenless Zone Zero is a trap. I'm here to tell you right now, like, even if you are aware of only playing just for the story, just wait for the story to be done. Just wait for the story to be done. How about that? Wait for them to completely be done with the game, and then try to come in and play it, or else, you know. But it's just not worth it. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. We got Corn Thrower. He's here. But yeah, like, Expedition 33. I was watching a video, though, right? Give me a second. I'll just read the chat. Fuck it. I'm forgetting the name, man. It's like it's on the tip of my tongue, but I hate to hold you at suspense for what that game is. I forgot. It's just the other Korean free-to-play game. I think the worst games are fucking Dead by Daylight, where you just run away from a killer the entire time. Yeah, I mean, damn, really? Is it only just that? I tried Zenless Zone for Robot Cool Bears. Yeah, Ben Bigger, the fucking realest nigga. Anyway, thought it was neat, but wish it was just a regular game for $60 that had normal character unlocking. Exactly. Hell, I'd rather you fucking make all the S-Ray characters, like, take as long to unlock like it's a fucking, like you're playing Battlefront 2 again. You know what I'm saying? It's okay, Free2, I won't tell anyone. Apparently, Expedition AI Gen according to Shills. Expedition 33 is AI? They got AI content, whatever. Could have started playing ZZZ because of bootleg K, but dang, I don't want to play a lot of gacha. Yeah, no, don't fall into the trap, man. Just don't. That's how they get you. That's how they get you, man. Even those stupid ass ads, like, no, not the stupid ass one where they were really trying to force the whole this specific Guna character, the Shark Girl. Whatever, because there was like a fucking shark VTuber. Then I was just like, the only time I've heard about an anime girl with the shark tail was the Gar bitch. And then, like, her. So I already had the feeling that they were just trying to, like, revolutionize this whole, just make anything an anime girl to an extent that, you know, if it hasn't been done before, watch it just take off with flying colors. You know what I mean? So, now there's this shark anime girls. So, yeah, no, not that shit. Like, whenever I've seen the ads for Zenless Zone Zero showing off the actual gameplay of everything else, I'm like, holy shit, is this actually, like, a game for once that I can actually feel proud of? I've put time into playing. And I already knew it was going to be gacha, but, like, I thought they were going to do something different. I was fucking wrong. And I feel wronged for almost the entire year. And so, like I said, I'm done trying to give a fuck, man. What's funny is that, like, at the last second, when I realized how stupid it all was, I did, like, one more pull, and I'm looking at it, unlock Hugo, and I'm like, oh, cool. I at least got another guy character in the game. Real late on having him, though. That, and it's like, you know, I hate that they try to low-key, again, push homosexuality, like, in a way, just because, like, hey, I got these male characters that, you know, I want to be cool with, but the game is assuming that you played as the sister instead of Wise, or Belle, what's her name, and so whenever it's like, all right, fine, let me do a little fake-ass, you know, dating sim, you know, because real life dating is you get ghosted, or you meet a girl who just really only thought you were trying to sleep with her, and she finds out you're not 6 feet tall, so she stops talking to you anyway. Fucking And like you try to hang out with any of the male characters, and it's like they're having like these gay moments in the game, and I'm like, sorry, I'm not Belle. Can you like give me dialogue that isn't trying to make me feel retarded for even doing this in the first place? Nope, you're retarded in the first place for doing this. Anyway, yeah, just wait until the game's complete. Like I don't even know where Genshin Impact is right now. But the fact that game is still around after, like, how many years? Like, that's pretty annoying to think that motherfucking... You know, that's how bad MiHoYo's trying to keep you, like... like, if you played since day one Genshin Impact, that's fucking sad. I don't ever want to be that fucking sad to a point that I've played the game this long trying to get story out of it. No. That's how you piss me off. Then right when I gave up Genshin Impact, that's when they were like, hey, welcome to Japan. They finally give you the Japanese fucking country, whatever, peninsula. And I'm just like, no, I'm done. I'm done. And ever since then, I tuned out. Come back. Holy fucking shit. They have not done anything new for that game. At all. Same 3 or 4 fucking body types, whatever, per gender, and, like, fuck, that's sad. Like, how bad are you trying to milk these people for, you know, just playing the game? So fucking stupid. And the worst part is, you know, the game is like, here, you can't get more characters. You just have to use the characters right now that suck. And that, you know, this was your fate of having bad character lineup to go against these impossible ass boss fights just to earn the one fucking item, the rare item shit has, and go fuck yourself. Anyway, yeah, so fuck all that. Okay, let's see. Yep, Western games are largely shit as of recent. Western games have always been shit. They have always been shit, my guy. Ugh, I sound like a fucking Yankee, my guy. They're fucking always been bad, my guy. You just not fucking realize that, my guy? Need a dispenser here. Need a dispenser here. Hey, pop quiz. How long does it take for a moron to get beaten to death, my guy? Yeah, no, I tell you what, man. I'm a little... I hate to say that when it comes to the junkyard being nuked by YouTube in Philly, I've noticed how much that sound a little different now being... from Philly, the Philly junkyard, calling you my guy. I'm sorry for that. You don't deserve to be called that. You're a human. Damn, they still after me. But yeah, Western games have always sucked, but like, now they really suck, and so China is just like, perfect. Time to make games that every once in a while aren't just a vacuum of your time with like a story taking 5 years to be finished. Korean mostly make free-to-play things that do not narrow it down. That yeah. Well, I've only heard so many free-to-play games from Korea. I play Galangacha. It's that Korean booty game. Booty game. Aren't they all booty games? They just got the Infinity War. I think I remember the story. Apparently, placeholder stuff was AI, and day one patch replaced AI things. Oh, well, really? Really? It's because they have little girls in Japan. What is that shit? Oh, you're talking about Genshin Impact. The fuck J-Bob doing? LMAO, dude, voice is perfect. Oh, boy. His voice. I've never heard Dudu Vira talk. I think I never will. I'd rather not even hear him even talk, just because I have the very big suspicion that of all the things about Dude Devour that we know, I better not find out how he sounds. Like how old he could sound. Anyway. I don't really care, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Expedition 33 though. I'll actually play this video. Like, I kind of don't care about this gameplay now, since, again, it's just like what I expected. The gameplay is this slow because I'm streaming, so I still can't fucking, you know, play this game online just yet while talking to you guys. I unfortunately can't do that just yet. Damn! Yeah, like, I might as well just kind of, like, push away from this game and just show you this video in particular that I guess got me in the talking about the state of gaming. In this case, trying to overhype a dead horse of a game, Expedition 33. Yeah, let's do that. Wait, is that a guy to shoot at? Hey, I shot him once. That's all that matters. I also have to be used to the fact that Battlefield 6 is like, you know, it's unfortunately it does have a little bit of arcadiness to it. If you're not a Battlefield gamer at all and you expect it to be a one-shot kill, 30% of the times, yes, it can be a one-shot kill. But it's not like Call of Duty. Well, it is like Call of Duty in the sense of, like, yeah, there's damage in the game that makes it feel like in real life you would instantly die from getting shot by any of these rounds. Like, if you've ended up spoiling yourself playing Insurgency Sandstorm, which is a good game, that game you can get shot once, damn near, and actually die. You know what I mean? By anything. So the last game that a shooting game that I've actually enjoyed was Insurgency Sandstorm. So playing this is like, sometimes I kind of like wince at the idea that this giant ass fucking 338 Lupula fucking caliber round didn't kill that motherfucker. But well, whatever. That's just how it is. But yeah, no, it's still a good game. Hey, I did get a kill. Woo! Sniping is also fun in Battlefield though. Sniping is a very, very fun thing to do in most of Battlefield. See, like, that should have killed him. Ah, I missed him. See, now he's moving too fast. Well, I tagged him. I couldn't go like this. Alright, he ah! Yeah, man, no, like, one-shot kills. Sometimes, like, I wish that would just kind of happen, like, RNG-wise, like in Call of Duty sometimes. But again, I rather, like, just let the game be the way it is. This gameplay has maintained itself since Battlefield 4, so that's a good thing. Yeah, let me show you this video, I guess, just because this game ain't it. I can't play it, not with the connection right now. You're a woman? Ain't no fucking way. You're in a woman. When you're going, my guy, that's my headcanon voice now. Oh. Yeah, you know, so, yeah, fucking, yeah, New York, man, it's just a really rough day, and always been cloudy ever since Sunday. I've been out here, walking my ass over here, 30 minutes, trying to find the nearest metro, and the fucking metros, man, they're down. There's been a recent bombing over there, down over there at 43rd Street, underground, right? That part of the metro, that terminal got shot up, but there's some sand people, I guess, trying to ruin my day, you know, and I got a place to be, right? I got a job over here, interview, because I lost my recent job. I didn't make it there fast enough. They clocked me out. Anyway, I can't sound like a Yankee. But for some reason, when I said my guy, it just, my soul evaporated so hard. Like, I felt very, very disgusted with myself. Like, I enjoy very fast-paced living, high cost of living, and being a general asshole because my life is that miserable. I'm sorry for calling you my guy. Dude of ours says, imagine if I sound like some fucking Greek statue pussy smasher. I mean, you'd be surprised. There's some motherfuckers, man, that just sound like that, but when you look at them in real life, you're like, what? You know? God has gifted you, at least with the voice. You really gotta have to back up that voice, too, with the way you look. Anyway, yeah, I'm just bullshitting you. Yeah, there's a video I just felt like, in particular, got me into streaming. And I just, yeah, hold on. I'm done talking about it. I'm just gonna show you anyway. Anyway, this guy's talking about Expedition 33 sucking. Whatever, right? Yeah, Expedition 33 fucking sucks. That type of shit, you know what I mean? Which I'm like, okay, well, this guy's actually saying this sucks. He's not even saying it's not good. He's saying that it sucks, and it sucks. Okay. Okay. It's really not much. It's just... Yeah, look at that.
Pathetic, a nerd, a lard-ass fatso. You think I'm shit? Well, you're wrong.
That's another thing, though, like... There's nothing wrong with doing it, but so many people, like, love that they're only editing that they, when they try to be funny, is that they immediately default to using a fucking movie clip. Especially a lot of these anti-woke YouTubers. Like, I will watch them every once in a while. Fucking Dr. Disaster, Yellow Fly, like all those people. But don't worry, I don't watch them that hard. I just watch them every once in a while to know how bad, like, YouTube has, or, like, how bad gaming has become. Where you are guaranteed to see these YouTubers come out and try to push against this modern day gaming bullshit. But at the same time, they are still shills. So when the game is actually good, they don't really kind of go off of their own, like, their own antidote, their own experience of wanting to play that game. It's like if they hear a game is actually doing good because everyone's like on YouTube saying that it's good, or on Facebook or Twitter saying that it's good, then they just make a video saying, oh, it looks like this game is good, you know, despite whatever, versus the woke shit happening, whatever. So they're just, a lot of these anti-woke YouTubers, you know, I completely understand, you know, the frustration and that. You know, you want to end up, like, making content saying that you're tired of gaming just as much, but I know half the time, sometimes, they're not really in it, like, for real. If you really want to be anti-woke, you know, YouTuber, if you really want to push that shit, that gaming sucks, then you really have to cover, for example, how, like, BlackRock is the problem, and, like, some instances that are the problem, that you have to admit that if you're too scared to say it on YouTube because you know that, you know, your channel gets taken down, like mine, then you better be about just going ahead and saying, fuck it, I'm going to have my channel taken down because I am going to still say the truth. But if you're too scared of saying shit like that, and you just ride off of everyone else, the bandwagon of shit, then yeah. a lot of these anti-woke YouTubers just, I hear them, but I don't really fucking care what they gotta say. Look, man, fucking, oh, so many people fucking hate Stellar Blade, you know, because it's, you know, the sexy fucking character. Well, I'll play the game. And it's like, what if I told you that, you know, for example, a bunch of, like, Chinese, like, underage children were enslaved into designing Stellar Blade. Like, not that it really happened, but let's just use that as an example. You know that motherfucker would be like, he would never bring that up. He would never bring that up. He would just only bring up that the game is good because the wokies hate it. And I'm like, okay. But you still do know about this heinous, you know, thing that happened with the game, right? So that's what's rough about this shit. Sorry, guys. I guess I'm just kind of rambling, but I did say it's a rambling stream. I'm not apologizing at all. But sorry, I just wanted to pause because a lot of these fucking these other YouTubers do this shit, just movie clip bullshit. But yeah, this guy's. Here's what kind of got me talking about him a little bit. Just watch.
And your shit. Until the day you die. You, not me, will always be shit.
It's nearly that time of the year again, which means the internet is bombarded with Game of the Year contenders that are all called unanimous
Hey, it's Dude Devourer!
masterpieces.
Hey, it's Dude Devourer. I found him. He's holding up a phone. I thought you said never goon.
Claims that 2024 year's failures are in the rearview mirror and that gaming is healing are greatly exaggerated.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
What really
Yeah, see, there you go. Fucking just random quips, haha.
separates this year from the last is the desperate plea that this crop of games was a return to form. Titles like Expedition 33 and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 have been swiftly labeled a few of the greatest RPGs ever made. This is a vapid discussion if you bother to play games before 2015, as Expedition 33 in particular is derivative of superior titles from a less rotten and derisive culture.
Modern gaming is akin to brutalist McDonald's architecture, merely evaluated by means of consumption. Advancements have halted, and are mere window dressing of ray tracing and upscaling. Industry plants like Sandfall Interactive are called indie studios, and they're celebrated as the saviors of gaming for mining and corrupting the past.
The rug pull year of 2025 has proven to be a very unproductive one. Amid the disdainful modern political arena and the ailing state of the West.
I do want to say earlier that actually, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm so tired of, like, ray tracing and shit being like, I don't care. Is this game actually good? It's such a waste that such an incredibly pretty game, like, for once that actually could have been pretty and a good game, was the Callisto Protocol. But, unfortunately, like, the gameplay wasn't really much to talk about, and that, you know, wasn't really that spooky of a game, because it's supposed to be from the people who used to work on Dead Space. But, like, you know, that's like, I heard that's the only good-looking game that even actual graphical, like, what, engineers, what do you fuck call them? Like, those kind of people who know what makes a good game graphically, guess what? A lot of the shit that you see in modern games that do quote-unquote look pretty, they're not even actually using the engines correctly. They're not using the engines correctly, therefore some of the games look even muddier and shittier, and then that ray tracing and other small tidbits of, you know, graphical, like, improvement, that's supposed to save the game's ass. Once you turn all that shit off, it's like the ugliest game ever. So, yeah, I completely understand that.
An early retrospective on 2025 suggests that gaming and media lie in an irreparable, disheveled state. That which we all grew to know and love lives in the rear view, and the incarnation...
By the way, bro, this is a PS2 game, that, by the way. I forgot how pretty Final Fantasy X was. my family was very heavy into Final Fantasy, because even though I said that I didn't like playing Final Fantasy 7 growing up, not that I hated it, I was just a kid, so like I didn't have the greatest impression with Final Fantasy, but all my other siblings and shit, especially my brother, he used to tear up Final Fantasy a lot. And that Final Fantasy 10, holy shit, man, that game looked pretty.
And since operate on an artificial supply of valor stolen from nostalgia and retrospect.
Expedition 33 is Dark Souls for women and bugmen. In places of cycles of civilizational decay and a journey of restoration as French self-inserts, worshipping Nietzschean trauma and grief, the usual bullshit. It's the elevated horror equivalent of an RPG. The same stuff that you see coming out every year. Finally having overcome the final obstruction to Japanese sincerity and spiritual motivation is Freudian neurosis. It's a story for normies that can't fathom older JRPGs as an art form.
It makes me resentful to see the internet laggards flogging the "this happened in MGS2, you know" meme, which, in my opinion, is wasted on the current generation as more of a cheap allegory for what was contextually intended for a post-Y2K era. It's mostly because they have no peak Kojima magnum opus to call their own. The power and influence of the controlling developer companies almost pales in comparison to the morsel-fed mob of spurgs kept on a slop-dependent drip.
Expedition...
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. So, this is where it kind of got me thinking about some shit. I just don't like the way these guys talk. I don't like the way they talk. I'm not saying that I'm stupid. I'm not saying that I can't handle a bunch of nihilistic, cynical, doom-pilled fucking, like, word salad that I'm hearing here. But I really, like, as I was watching it, trying to understand, like, what they're coming at, they're just saying all of this shit, but me, personally, I'm just like, get to the fucking point. Like, what is it that you're really getting at? Give me exactly where the fuck, you know, this game is sucking at. And I do hear some of the shit that he did say, like, it's just like an RPG for people who don't really care for, like, actual old RPGs. But all I heard was just, like, the deformity of such... man, I know some big words, but like, holy shit, I don't fucking... The deformity of such a deconstructed civilization that is reprobate and reprehensible under such degenerate values that dissuade all of the postponed fucking... Like, just fucking get to the point. Like, I know these kind of people, and I'm friends with them, and I know some of you motherfuckers even talk like that too if you could. But I fucking can't stand it at times, because it's like you're just talking like this as if you really genuinely are more busy stroking your cock shaped as the word ego just to, like, show off how verbose you can be. How, like, your vernacular is so fucking good. But, like, bro, just be more blunt with what makes Expedition 33 suck. Because I feel like I'm noticing that, too. What I'm noticing is that we are really that cynical nowadays. A lot of people have become doom-pilled. A lot of people have become that way. And I hate that I feel like I've also have contributed to some aspect of feeling like doom and gloom is like the right is the correct mindset to be in. I mean, not that I do feel super doom-pilled or whatever, but like, I watch Synthetic Man, for example, and even Synthetic Man doesn't even talk this fucking retardedly, but he is the biggest doomer I've ever seen when it comes to even talking about, is there any hope for gaming and or even the world itself. And I'm just, at least he doesn't talk this pretentiously. You know what I mean? Just to get the point across. Like, yeah, there are some words that, like, there's not enough synonyms for this word to exist, so that's just the word itself that I don't know what it means. But, yeah, these motherfuckers, I know some of the shit they're saying is just like, you know, you could just bluntly say this instead and just be, like, less, like, cynically artistic with your vocabulary, when I just completely heard nothing truly, like, valuable just yet, in my opinion. And again, it goes back to what I'm trying to say. A lot of people are so fucking cynical and nihilistic. So many people are so, they've given up, and they just have like this pretentious look on about a lot of shit, that some of the things in life aren't, you know, I'm not trying to be doom and gloom all the fucking time. I'm tired of it, for one. I really am tired of it. I am trying to be hopeful for how I am, for how things are, and for my life, and for y'all's too. I'm done. Like, I would like to get off this cynical train, please. I paused this video, like, before I hit the stream button. I paused right here because I guess I wanted to talk about how, yes, being, like, this doom-pilled is not good for you. There are still good things in life. Like, I'm not trying to say that he's wrong about this game sucking. Potentially, if he can hit it right, if I keep playing. I'm just saying that, you know, I just don't want to come across a bunch of people now that are, like, super just negatively, like, they're like gamma males. Being like, basically just, hope is just is a stupid construct that is pointless to have, for life is meaningless. Fucking, there is no purpose in life. There is nothing that really happens. You know, type of shit. Like, you sound like a fucking Redditor, dude. Like, genuinely, like, try to live a good life, man. And try to, even when things suck, know that it sucks, but don't dwell on the fact that, you know, what sucks is all that sucks. You know, like, don't dwell on the shit that sucks. It's just like, I don't know. I guess I'm just tired. I'm just as fucking tired of gaming being this bad, like, for this long. But I can at least try to take a break from feeling doom and gloom and feeling doom-pilled and trying to spread that doom pill onto everybody else, thinking, man, you know what I mean? Like, the best resolution at this moment is just play older games. Play older games and, you know, collect many of these older games as possible. Emulate older games. Find, you know, ways to make, for example, Battlefield 3 have its servers back again. That type of stuff. Like, it should encourage people to feel hopeful that we can just go fall back on to really even couch gaming with a buddy of yours. It's not like we live in COVID anymore. It's not like we live under this false bullshit that the government forced on us to not try to, like, hang out with each other anymore. You know, like, we're done. You can meet people. You can meet folks, man. You don't have to meet a girl, right, and have to have sex with her. You can literally just meet anybody if you can. And even if, though, like, not everything about them, you know, matches the way you live or the way you see things, you know, if you can at least come to, like, an idea that, hey, you know, we do both like playing this game together, fucking next thing you know, we are actually bringing back the way the 90s and the early 2000s used to be, where you fucking invite folks over to your home or their home, whatever, and y'all get to play on the same consoles, have fucking, like, system link parties and shit. Like, we should be seeing more of that, or we should be at least seeing more people actually having good times to have on multiplayer games. or games that you can at least get the most amount of couch, sit downs with people as much as possible. This type of activity takes away the hopelessness, the nihilism, the cynical behavior that I'm seeing so much of, to a point that there is fault to be found in such a mindset, because you don't, if you're so regressed or repressed or whatever the word is, if you fall back on such a mindset, you realize that you will fall back on life overall, yet you wonder why life is so shitty, if that makes sense. So it's just, I mean, I get that there's probably a way that Expedition 33 really is absolutely a fuck shit game that's about to get Game of the Year or some crap, right? But it's just, what exactly sucks about it, man? You need to really get off Reddit, Twitter, whatever, stop shamelessly jacking off, and just take a step back and fucking have a healthier mindset, or at least try to have some fucking, fragment of hope in you. I don't know. I'm just saying. This video kind of got me thinking, like, bro, like, we can do better than this. Speaking of Frax Free 2, also sorry for not interacting as much. I'm sewing up my pants. Oh, you're fine. But I'm streaming to really get this off my chest, and I just had stuff to talk about. Nah, specifically Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, Unreal Engine 5 earlier, it is the, how do you fuck up Unreal Engine 5? How is it apparently like the greatest thing ever, but then you actually make it look crappier than Unreal Engine 4 or 3? Anyway, let's keep playing this video, because this is where I stopped at before I streamed.
33 is plotting and twist in the last...
Actually, I stopped a little bit later, but hold on.
Act or postmodern deconstruction. It strips the party members of all agency. In the established lore, half the characters don't even exist. Sandfall tells the player that the world they've been investing in for 25 to 30 hours is completely meaningless. They're just a plaything for feuding off-screen aristocrats. Subversion is often confused for meaning. The pop culture zeitgeist and modernity itself are a festering cancerous tumor. It's been plaguing mainstream consensus for so damn long we can't remember anything else.
Like, again, he's not actually wrong. He's not wrong. Like, it's just mainstream media is really always going to be, like, gay and faggoty and stupid. I just wish he would have said it just a lot better. Or at least said it in a way that's just not this... Anyway, I already talked about it. I ain't gonna say no more.
Objective does not create meaningful resolution. Just ask George R.R. Martin.
I'm not a weenies guy. Boobies. They should have gotten boobies instead of weenies.
The final act of the game is just ash and dust. Resolution cannot be achieved within an existentialist worldview of subjective mental illness.
The writer of Expedition 33 is a Redditor plucked from obscurity. This is what...
And right here, this is where I paused. I paused right fucking here. Because I was like, look, man, thanks for telling me a lot of this info on, like, what sucks about it. It really is, like, at least, I will give him credit that it is still a detailed type of, like, video essay that even I wish to have. It's just whenever I do fucking get to my essay of saying that Strive sucks and here's why, I just am going to talk a lot more bluntly if I can, even though I know that having to actually speak in such a manner can convince people who hate my guts that Strive is a bad game. if they ever come across my channel again, or at least my Kickstart channel, like my second channel. I don't have a Kickstart or whatever. Was that of another shit? Anyway, you know, I get that, but here's why I paused it. I paused it right here because that is all I essentially need, at least specifically me. All I see is that this motherfucker is showing me the creator of this game. He's pointing at her. And that, yeah, like, okay, that, guess what? That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. And it sounds fucked up. You know, there are some games that are good that were made by women, but that was back in the day. A lot of these games that are made by women now are, you guess it, fucking woke. Fucking woke, fucking gay, fucking stupid. Got a girl boss for the billionth time. She's a lesbian, and her relationship with this other lesbian who's non-binary and also has a hook nose, like she's a J-word, or that she's a type of Middle Easterner of some sort. You know, they have lesbian sex in a setting that has nothing to do with lesbian sex, i.e. The Last of Us Part 2. You know, if you were really in a no shit apocalyptic like setting, I'm pretty sure that as much as you want to say you're a lesbian, your body in such a setting, if you really think about it, your body biologically knowing that you're in an apocalyptic event of like there is no one around you, like half, more than 3/4 of the population is gone. Your body is now in reproductive mode. I bet you more than ever. What the fuck do you mean that, you know, you're just gonna be a lesbian while your body's like probably ovulating like crazy because it's like it's survival. Your body probably has to go through like a survival like instinct. Therefore, you know, especially when you know that more than everyone is gone and you're just all by yourself trying to survive, breathing in fungus that turns you to a fucking clicker, right? And you see a woman, and hell, she don't even look hot. She could be fat, she could be not attractive, just have no ass, whatever, right? She ain't gotta have a porn body or whatever. Guess what? You are gonna want to like reproduce with her, because that would really show how bad the cordyceps have become in that setting of The Last of Us Part 2, because the whole point of the game, the setting of The Last of Us, is that, again, the humanity is going massively extinct over the cordyceps, the fungal spores that can actually take over a living creature and make them zombified. By the way, cordyceps are real. They just, the reason why it's not like we're gonna be in an actual Last of Us event is because cordyceps can only thrive in a certain, I forgot, part of Africa, but in that region they can only thrive in that specific region. You take them away, you take them out of that, they usually die. And plus, I think they can't really I can't remember. I heard they might even be as well as to take over cows and shit like that, but I think it depends on like how complex your nervous system is. But yeah, like cordyceps are a real thing and they're pretty fucking creepy. But yeah, usually they just take over like small animals like ants and shit. But you know, the setting of The Last of Us being that extreme, why the fuck is that the first thing I have to know is that Ellie is a lesbian and that she just can't fucking stand Joel's guts? Anyway, I'm sorry for even going down that route. I'm just saying that that's all women do. And guess what? I mean, I know that was Neil Cuckman who made that story, and he's not a woman, he's a dude, he's a fact. I'm just saying that That is still, though, the type of story that a woman would make in today's age. Women back in the day, yeah, it made some good games. But too bad that it's so bad now that I can't help but not even care or know who anymore is actually worth rooting for to make a good story that has a vagina. Women have completely taken over the gaming industry just so fucking bad, you know, yet that we still have like an actual crisis that's almost as bad as Japan's like fertility crisis in, you know, their country, just because like we have a crisis as bad as looking for companionship, like genuine companionship, like wholeheartedly, like under God's fucking guise. Anyway, I'm just talking. But of course, these are the kind of fucking people that are right now running games to the ground. And it's just, again, a bunch of women who fucking hate my guts. And your guts too if you're watching, because I know you're a guy. I mean, unless you're Bungus and that other girl who left the fucking junkyard a while ago, and Cinnamon Boy's sister. Fun fact about Neil Druckmann, he's also part of the Long-Nosed Tribe. You'd be surprised how many people are actually part of the Long-Nosed Tribe. Like, the noticing is so absolutely real. It's so real. People are really finally waking up to noticing the suspicion that the reason why we keep getting this type of media and why everything sucks the way it is, and then like the really heinous moments, you look into it and it always is Wikipedia, early life. I'm dead serious. For all the shit that sucks and for all the things that are just like, what the fuck, when it comes to, like, for example, an IP or who owns what, that is just like owning all of what we try to consume, whether it be food, media, like literally everything. Early life, Wikipedia. Anyway.
Why women shouldn't be writing video games. The gameplay itself.
Bro, if this video don't get taken down, I'm kidding. Anyway. Damn, I hit play!
Is just as flawed as its narrative. Sandwiching Sekiro parrying and turn-based combat together is inherently broken. It removes the chess-like strategy and positioning, and replaces it with a time-based minigame. If you can learn a boss's attacks, the fight is mastered, irregardless of a character's stats and build. Action parrying is a crutch for player engagement. It's the most overutilized mechanic in modern gaming. From Stellar Blade, Doom the Dark Ages, and Lies of P, this just cannot be escaped. It's this decade's version of a cover shooter. Have any of these repackaged security...
Damn, man, they're showing off Vanquish. Vanquish was actually good. What the fuck? Vanquish is actually a good game. I love Vanquish. I remember seeing Vanquish in like, and no shit, a trailer like a year before it actually came out. And I'm just gonna say right now, it's a fucking good game. Vanquish is awesome. Yeah, parrying is fun for me. Yeah, look, it just depends. If it's like you're telling me to parry, but like you give me like a fucking 5-second timing window for parrying, that's not real parrying. But some games do that shit where it's like, yeah, I kind of pressed it too early, but you just feel like you get the parry every time. Parrying is supposed to feel snappy, sharp, and accurate. Exactly. You don't just mash for it and then you get it. Because even when in the game like Sekiro, when you parry, Like, yeah, like there you can still parry, but like the thing is, if you just are just spamming for it, then you end up kind of blocking, and you still end up breaking your posture. I love Sekiro. But like, if that's really just kind of like the euphoria you're looking for, then shit, like seriously, you might as well just play a game like Third Strike or fucking, you know, any game that actually, I think, pulls the aspect of parrying down much better than even Sekiro itself. Whatever. I just wish that some games I just wish that there is some games that, for example, God of War 4, or even Ragnarok, even I don't like that game. I wish that parrying and that the way the gameplay felt would feel a lot more just like you can roll, you can dodge, you can block, you can parry, but like instead of perfect shielding, which slows down the fucking time and all that dumb shit, like instead of that, it should just be like a normal parry, like a Sekiro parry. And like, I wish Kratos could grab again like he used to. I wish Kratos can grab objects and throw it around. Like, I want all of those type of mechanics to exist in a game that hard. Like, you can do all of that. Just because, like, if you get so good to a point that you can make a game look like a cinematic, when you can make the gameplay look like a cinematic movie, like, take away the health bar from, you know, the boss fights with the gods. Like, when you're fighting Thor, that was badass. When you were fighting Baldur, that was badass. I just wish that Kratos could do so much more than just sit there and, again, rely on perfect shielding and doing the same as stupid fucking bong, and then just slows down the time, and he does the same as type of attack and shit. Like, I just wish that there are so many more variations of just mechanics to exist in games that look like you are trying to sell me, you know, a good cinematic experience from just the gameplay alone. And Sekiro is a game that was the closest thing I've seen to doing a lot of that shit. Even though, like, if you aren't aware of the possibilities that you have in that game, then you just end up sitting there parrying all day, thinking that this is the highlight. Again, don't get me wrong, it feels great to parry in that game, but yeah, once I found out how stupid I was for not really exhausting all of my tools from my prosthetic arm and shit, I was missing out on some badass moments. And also learning all the techniques and shit too. I was missing out on some badass moments and some Easter eggs that come with the game when you pull off certain techniques and shit. I didn't know, for example, spoiler alert, for like 5 seconds. 5, 4, for 5 seconds. Ready, set, go. I didn't know you could use firecrackers against the gorilla and win faster. Alright, spoiler over. Yeah, so that's the type of shit that, like, I want to see more of. And as much as I want to see a sequel from Sekiro, I will admit that the game is fine the way it is. Just, you know, because I'm scared that a sequel would just only fuck up the franchise more. Like, they will make it easier or some shit. Yeah. God of War Ragnarok was created during the time when third-person view was cool. Yeah, that was annoying to deal with. It was annoying to, like, sit there and watch so many games do the same shit. Especially fucking remakes. I got so tired of remakes, man. Doing this crap where you sit there and you're looking over the right shoulder of somebody for the billionth time. Even if it was a remake of a game that never had that as a camera perspective in the original game. Yeah, it's annoying, man. Like, not every Resident Evil game needs to be a third-person shooter when a remake comes out. Not every game did that shit. Like, sure, I mean, sometimes, like, now look, if you could have made that game to feel like you could play it OG style, like fixed camera, like you're walking into a room, the camera angle changes, and then your character ends up now walking a different direction, even though you're holding down the joystick still forward. You know, like that shit, sure, for some people was annoying back in the day, but I'm not gonna sacrifice that experience just because a bunch of fucking kitty-ass children are now old enough to play, you know, a game to experience what I experienced back in, like, the late 90s. Like, fuck them. You're gonna fucking watch, you're gonna bitch about the game's mechanics, just like how I did. Alright? You get the hint? Hotel Mario, get the hint? Hey, Luigi, get the hint? Yeah, I'm talking about exactly like how there should have been insta-kills and all the other cool shit that I get to experience in Guilty Gear fucking Strive. But they didn't fucking do that. But anyway, yeah, I get what you're saying, man. It's pretty annoying. Not to mention it has RPG elements. Yeah, God of War, man, really shouldn't have done what they did. Like, I hate to still say that 4 was fun until it wasn't. And then when Ragnarok came out, like, the first hour was, like, the only cool part about the game. And really, again, just only the parts that mattered, which was when you fought a god and you killed the shit out of him. But guess what? I have never seen a studio ruin Kratos and also ruin just all of whatever people were expecting, even from just God of War 4. They were expecting like something much bigger than what we saw. And bro, the whole Joss Whedon, like the guy who did Marvel writing for like Guardians of the Galaxy and all that shit, bro, I got tired of like the modern like speaking in a game that is supposed to take place like billions of years before all that happens. And it's just like, why the fuck is Odin talking like a hipster old man? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are people cussing like it's supposed to be, you know what I mean? Like, these are supposed to be like deities. These are gods. These are like these pagan gods. These people be having like, they're worshiping, idolizing, having orgies over. And like, you know, you find out that they're just like, they talk like a Redditor. No, fuck that. Ragnarok sucks. I mean, 4 sucked kind of too. Like, the really good God of War games were like anything that before God of War 4. Like, I hate to admit that the only few things I do like about God of War 4 is that, like, in a way, like, Kratos is still, at least he still shows how, like, ruthless he is, but he has, like, eased up on how angry he can just get for no reason. Like, some of the moments where it's just like, oh, please, sir, thank you for finding me and locked in this cage with this strange contraption that will actually progress you further, but if you actuate it, it also kills me. Can you please let me out this cage? Kratos obviously turns on the switch. Wait, no! And just, like, I get it, man. You know, the whole aspect of Kratos killing, like, people, even though he don't care. It's just like, I don't know. I do kind of like that he eased up on, you know, it's, like, unnecessary killing. But the thing was, there was no one to fucking kill at all. Like a normal human being, whatever. There was nobody like that at all in God of War 4. The only time they started actually adding people in God of War, Ragnarok and whatever 4 was like, yeah, in Ragnarok where like you start seeing the fucking dwarves and shit. Look, it's just they pick these shittiest times to give the world setting of Ragnarok life. Because all the other times, man, when you're like navigating all of what's it called, Asgard, when you're like going through like Asgard or whatever, or all the 9 realms, Bro, it's empty, dude. It's pretty, but it's fucking empty. The only things that aren't empty is when enemies attack you. But it's just Kratos, his son, and a fucking severed head of Mimir. Like, it's pretty... It's kind of sad. The one time they actually were like, hey, look, there are people... There is a village, but like... Oh, I guess, you know, they're so scared of Kratos. And they all lock up, and again, it's empty. The game is simply empty, dude. It is so empty. So it doesn't really help to try to show. I want to see that, like, Kratos can be like, alright, I'm not gonna kill you. You know, I will not kill you. I will find a different way to come across to get to the next path. Boy, grab that box. Anyway, whatever. Wait, hold on. You said... Cornthor says, oh yeah, never really watched whatever God of War Ragnarok plays like, but upon seeing Odie, I was shocked. Yeah, it's like he's just a fucking uncle, man. He's just like that fucking old head that's trying to act all hip and young and shit. You've seen it. Like these old people that... Sup, how you doing, man? It's like, you don't talk like that. You don't talk like... You're just only talking like that to be appealing, and they know that they're trying to be appealing. Yeah, it's just weird. Like, hearing Odin, not that he did say it, but he was damn near close to saying it. Literally, the most elder god of all of fucking whatever, Asgard, whatever. What's up? How you doing? How you doing, big dog? It's like, why are you talking like that? Whatever. The MCU has caused irreparable damage to Western media writing. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Basically, if you don't know what I'm talking about, whoever's watching, God of War went from, like, Zeus! For centuries, you have ruined my life. Now, I've returned to Olympus to have your head and rest on your throne. Kratos, you've disappointed me for the last time. My only son. Like they have like a regal talk to them. They have like this. They talk like they used to. They're kings. Like they're fucking like a king to king trying to like throw down, or like you're about to usurp like a whole dynasty or some shit, which he did. Like you have like this old English ancient way of talking. Now in Ragnarok, it's like, well, that just happened. They do that a lot in the game. Funny that Kratos actually never ends up talking like that. But all the characters again around him are just a bunch of women that talk like that and shame him for being Kratos. That's why I could never finish that DLC that was free, where he goes to Valhalla and he apparently comes across like his old self and tries to like apologize or be like, you know, I accept who I was before, but I don't want a bunch of Valkyrie women trying to tell me what to do. Because that's essentially what that game was. They tried to tell me what to do, and they were trying to tell me that you will not get past this gate without us singing like a bunch of retarded women. Yeah, you know, I streamed that shit. I stopped playing right away. Because I was trying to actually get to a point where I could play the game. I wanted to see how far I can get without actually dying, because that's what triggers a cutscene where women try to come up and fucking impose themselves on you, saying you will not get through Valhalla without us. Because the one part that actually gave me hope when I did that DLC was that Kratos forced his ass into Valhalla. It was like these doors, right? These rock doors. These stone walls like could not be moved because you had to sing the song Leifa or some old stupid ass, you know, witchcraft tongue by these stupid broads. You know, that's why I didn't want their help. Kratos is like, I'm gonna try to open this. He opens it, and Mimir's like, bloody hell, how did you even do that? And Kratos is like, I just did. And that's what I liked about the few times Kratos would force physically something to do what he wants, even though everything's supposed to be binded by fucking witchcraft tongue bullshit. You know, like old ancient tongue that you don't understand. You have to say these words to break out of this prison that I've put you in, Kratos, made out of lightning. And like OG Kratos, and hell, even Kratos right now would just be like push through it, and he will force his way out of the fucking like prison. That was the kind of like shit that he would do every once in a while. That, you know, I gave him credit saying like, you at least know Kratos don't actually care if he has the ability to not care about magic that he has to specifically know in a wholly different universe, essentially. Right? So, yeah, they did this shit in the DLC, and I thought that was cool, but if you're telling me that I have no choice but to get the help from these Valkyries to open this door, fuck you. I'm tired of Kratos sitting there getting fucking, you know, having to feel like his wrist gotta be slapped by some stupid woman like fucking, I don't even know why you went in there without me. Which is essentially what they kept telling him. It's like, I want to go to Valhalla. Anyway. Cornthor says, can't wait for Kratos to repent all of his sins to Jesus, but they said the next one are Egyptians. Bro, no, they're too scared to actually touch upon the one and only God, the one and only truest of all lords. Romans 5:18. Yeah, I've seen jokes of that, but that will be genuinely true. Jesus is that great of a man. He genuinely is. Can't wait for Christ to repent. Yeah, and like I've seen the images where like he's sitting there crying his eyes out, and Jesus is just like, it's all right, man. It's literally all right. That's exactly how it will be. All will bow to him. All will bow to literally the most benevolent man that God has ever put on this earth. And had him literally kill his own son to show how much he can forgive all the things that we've done and the past, present, future of our sins. To me, that's the biggest love story ever. Like, it's crazy. And for that son to actually sit there and still love us despite what we did, despite his sacrifice. Can you imagine being like a son, like, and your dad's just like, low key, he's going to get you killed just so just because that's his way of trying to show forgiveness to the people who, you know, disliked you and your son just vehemently. Anyway, it's just a powerful message, man. That's why, you know, I genuinely think I think Christ is the answer. We're all not perfect though, man. We all gotta learn how to figure it out one way or another. How to follow him. Anyway, yeah. But otherwise, yeah, I can't wait to rip off, you know, a walking human dog head thing in a triangle building. I can't wait to rip his head off. I'm kidding. I can wait because they fucked up God of War Ragnarok. What makes you think I have any hope for this game? Anyway, guys, I'm sorry. Yeah, I kind of don't care about this video anymore. But anyway.
Hero leftovers ever improved on Free. This just cannot be escaped. It's this decade's version of a cover shooter. Have any of these repackaged Sekiro leftovers ever improved on From Software?
For contrast, I've been playing the first Trails in the Sky, a more traditional JRPG where the unfolding world gives depth to the characters. Mysteries slowly come to light, but never at the expense of its audience. When faced with the ideas they find evil or uncomfortable, the characters grasp them internally. In Expedition 33, after Loon and Ciel discover they are mere facsimile, they quickly accept their fate and move on. They're willing to be erased for the sake of the plot, or depending on the ending you choose. This isn't for thinking humans but cattle. This isn't a journey that reflects on the struggle of mankind under the divine. As for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, its pro-Israeli historical and racial revisionism is just beating a dead horse.
Finding the desire to pick up new titles in 2020.
Look, he's using all these big-ass words, and that still kind of just, you know, again, annoys me a little, but he's not wrong. He's not wrong. He's really not wrong. It's very funny that the Chivalry 2 is supposed to be... No, what Kingdom Come... Chivalry 2. Even though these games sound the same to me and look the same to me, Kingdom Come 2 genuinely is a trap of a game that was supposed to be like, hey, look, you know, it was supposed to be a story about, like, a man, like, a God-fearing man, during the Crusades. Next thing you know, Kingdom Come 2 comes out, and you get to, you're forced to see gay sex during the Crusades. Yeah. Gay sex during the Crusades. Definitely pro-Israeli, you know, whatever. Like, it's just, and then you end up seeing black characters, you know, like, when you start seeing that shit, tune out, man. Just stop playing. I'm literally black. Oh man, I burped, but that gas would not leave. That hurt. Anyway, I'm black, and I know, like, I always keep saying that I'm black because of OG Mudbum, but you've seen I've given you guys just enough proof, enough imagery, or whatever type of photos I've ever given up, like my Slayer figure. If I ever pinned that, which I probably didn't, I got a Slayer figure and I showed my hand. Like, that's me. Damn it, that's me. I am black. I do not like historical inaccuracy that's supposed to support my blackness. I don't like that. I really hate, it's so disingenuous because, you know, for the longest time, you've, like, fucked with me and lied to me about the Civil War and some instances of slavery, in some instances of Jim Crow law and Martin Luther King. There's so many moments that, you know, they've lied to us for so long, some aspects about what really happened, which is why we are the black people that we are now. You know what I mean? Like, are we not going to talk about how BET is still mostly a white, it's ran by white people? Hell, the small hat community, they run BET. They run all the reality TV shows of black people doing nigga shit. They run NBA. They do all of this stuff to turn us into their fucking their tools of oppressing nationalism in the U.S. with our hatred towards white people that is so heavily forced through false historical teachings in our schools and shit. And trying to tell any black person this now, no matter how old they are, no matter how early it is, it's that crazy to see how much of history has been, it's a lie. It's crazy to know because, again, like, the winners are the ones who tell history and then some. It's crazy. And I'm tired of seeing like them trying to act like that, you know, I would feel so much better seeing a black person in such a setting that don't make sense for us to see a nigga there. Also, yeah, the small hats have systemically attacked the black community. Ever notice how they always have to put every black entertainer in a dress humiliation ritual? Yeah, exactly. What's that bitch's name? Medea? Yeah, Medea. What's that dude's name? Spike Lee? Not Spike Lee. Well, whatever. Perry Jackson. I forgot. The guy who does Medea. Or that, you know, they try to make, you know, black people, like, just, again, stupid and all this crap. Lil Nas. Oh my god, I love Lil Nas. Literally sings about fucking Satan. He sings about dick riding Satan. All of what he does is like super gay and super whatever, and people are just like eating him up. I'm like, this is not good. Hell, some of the things that, like, you know, if like you follow, like, there's like certain followers that I would like follow, and when they mention Lil Nas, then they just have like a positive like reaction to him, I'm immediately irked. Hell, even though I'm like a little white girl, I get the ick. I get the fucking ick whenever I find that out, you know? It's bad, man. When you know too much about everything, like when you really are seeing too much of what's going on around you, it's pretty crazy and pretty, you know, concerning how deep this rabbit hole really goes. Hell, this motherfucker right here, let me see if I can do it right now. These motherfuckers, the Hodge twins, show yourself. I know you're there.
Hey, when's you the ggxrd?
That dude right there, Kevin, the Hodge twins, like right now, right? They're part of the fucking rabbit hole too, like, cause I love their old videos. I love their old videos and all the shit they do. That's why you will never see me show you any type of footage of Hodge twins when they got their beards and then when they got their hats on, because that's the Hodge twins. Those are the Hodge twins that sold out politically. They sold out politically, and that they are only doing this whole conservative, you know, dick riding shit. First off, it was that I was cool to see. I was actually happy to see that they completely gave up trying to appease like only just black people, because they were tired of being basically like reprimanded, being told they're not black enough, or that, you know, how dare you say that about Trump, whatever. Trump is a terrible person. They weren't even saying anything bad about Trump. The reason why they went conservative is because there was a video of a kid getting literally almost physically attacked by an older man, a kid, mind you, right? Not even 13 yet, because he was wearing a MAGA hat. And the Hodge twins just simply said, man, you don't attack someone just because of what they wear, especially when they're children. And they hemorrhaged like hundreds of thousands of like subscribers within like weeks. And so one of the Hodge twins, like the serious one, not the one that's like, when's guilty gear everything, the other one, he's like, yo, fuck this, I'm gonna double down on this shit. And that's when they became conservative. And first off, it was cool to see them actually be like, you know, we're done trying to like focus on whatever to not piss off the blacks on what we say, because it's always been that they want to say whatever they want to say, but now they really don't care if they make a black person upset. But then it turned into, hey man, we're conservative now, and that we have to constantly wear American flags. We gotta constantly have like the Star Spangled Banner be played, whatever type shit. And that by the way, join our sweepstakes to get a free Ram 2500 diesel Cummins engine truck, and $100,000 for the fucking having to pay the taxes for that truck. And that's all they've been doing. They're just fucking shills. They only grift against literally anything that's not conservative to a fucking fault. Because I will admit, yes, I'm a conservative guy, but, like, I'm not, like, conservative, like, I think that Trump is the greatest thing ever. No, Trump is not the greatest thing ever. Why am I still paying? Why are we still giving money to that one country? And Trump is like, are you a fucking idiot? Are you fucking stupid? All right, Israel is our greatest ally, and I think you need to. You're asking too many questions. All right, just shut the fuck up and like, just keep supporting me no matter what I do. It's like, dude, come on, man. He's clearly being a puppet also. Just like how fucking Biden was. Trump is also a puppet because he's never, ever fucking said anything against that one country that we fucking constantly keep paying money to. It's so stupid. So, like, I call out that shit, but everyone's like, bro, man, you sound like you're actually left-leaning then. I'm like, why do I have to sound like the people who I also can't stand? Like, the people who have ruined gaming and everything, and also fucking support a dude getting shot who was just simply talking. Go ahead and show me a clip. Go ahead and show me a clip right now, out of context even, of Charlie Kirk saying anything. I can easily tell you what he really meant. I easily can. I'm not that fucking stupid. But you are for taking an out of context clip of him saying whatever and thinking that he's the most evil man on the planet. He deserved to get shot in the fucking neck in front of his family, in front of thousands of people. Anyway, look, I'm not even trying to, like, really be that political. It's just that I'm so sick and tired of this false political bullshit. It's like, it's very partisan. It's either you're conservative as in you like Trump, or you're a liberal as in you hate Trump. And it's just like, why can't I just also call out my own party for just constantly dick riding a country that doesn't believe what I believe when it comes to Christ? I literally believe Christ is he's the Son of God, and all this Christian country is like, well, they're still our allies, right? So let's just keep giving them this money. Like, if Jesus was probably alive right now, just like how in the Bible he flipped that table at that temple because the small hats were literally running money, laundering shit at a temple where you worship God. He was like, what the and flips the table and says, I will have a real temple up where you worship God in 3 days. That was him alluding to his death and saying that, you know, he comes back and actually that he is the kingdom. He is the kingdom. Anyway, so yeah. But the people who are giving money to, yeah, they hate that idea. They hate me. They've always hated me. They always hated you if you live in America. Hell, anyway. If this is the stream that gets taken down, hell, even before December hits, because December, I'm trying to see what's going on with my channel here while I'm not picking up steam. I'm gonna tell you right now, this would be like the one and only strike I feel confident I will get, but I'm not stupid now. I'm gonna save this damn stream and put it somewhere, right? Because if they want to not like take this shit down too, I mean, I don't know the extent of how bad they'll take down a channel if I've never received any like flame for what I'm talking about right now. It's just, anyway, look. This whole Expedition 33 game, like, it's all tied together even, you know what I mean? Like, it's all tied together to make you be like, you know, Expedition 33 wasn't that bad of a game. maybe there is hope for gaming after all. But, like, low-key... Oh! That was the other point on why I didn't like or nor give Expedition 33 a chance. I finally remember now. The third reason why is because I low-key know that they low-key have woke bullshit, like, in the game. I'm looking at all these women, right? And, like, they look pretty and they're not ugly. But there's still a lot of women... It's just like Zenless Zone Zero. There's a lot of women everywhere. But what about the guys? Are the guys actually respected too? Or are they just a fucking heel, right? For these women to fucking be like girl bosses for the billionth time again in a different IP. You know what I'm saying? Like, just give me more male characters in general that are straight and that are buff and muscular. And, like, look, I'm talking like this, but that doesn't mean I want to play a fucking stupid-ass gacha game where it's only just guys that are buff and naked, like, just topless and shit. It's just, I'm saying that I want variations, man. And that's why I also need to stop playing Zenless Zone Zero, is because I've actually been on Twitter a few times where I've talked about how, like... I've seen people, like, complain about, like, Zenless Zone Zero, I feel like the direction of the game is just, like, I feel like something's off about it, and I'm, like, immediately, I can already pinpoint what the problem is. I'm like, there needs to be more characters. There needs to be more male characters. And then I get, like, shit on by, like, a few people saying, oh, it's one of those guys again. Go play a fucking different game if you don't like that there's too many fucking females in the game. Or go play that one gacha game that you will never play because that's not the game that interested you. But I'm telling you that you would be interested in it because I think you might be gay for men. And I'm like, okay, so if I play Doom, but Doom is a fucking woman, like overall just a fucking broad, like a fat bitch. She's not even like a hot Doomslayer. It's just a Doom bitch, right? Some of you probably see like in like hentai or whatever fuck, and right, I say something about that. Are you gonna literally call me? You know what I mean? Like, are you actually gonna call me gay just because I'm like, that's not the Doom guy? Doom is supposed to be a guy. Can you make him a guy? What? So you're gonna tell me to go play a whole different ass game? Whatever, just because the game that's always had the dude as the main character is now like he's got a girl, I have to go play something else that's supposed to be familiar with having gay thoughts. I don't know, man. I do know this. When people talk like that, those are the gooners that don't fucking care. They're the ones that really don't care about their own well-being and have no moral compass whatsoever. Like, can you at least be ashamed of like jacking off and that you need to quit? You know what I mean? Can we see more people actually like retiring from jacking off? At least. But no, I gotta see motherfuckers who are like those people who sit there and tell me to go play a game that's yaoi, right? Just because I said that there should be more male characters. Look, if there was just only male characters, I probably would say that there should be a few female characters too. You know, but like, again, let's just assume I would say this and like post like before 2010, because any game before 2010, right? Or I would say 2015 to be real, but like, let's just try 2010 to be really safe. I would have, you know, it would have been really safe to actually say, yeah, there needs to be more like female characters in a game that clearly, you know, if you already see the gender kind of like variations that could be a thing, like just because of its story, then go for it. Like, don't get me wrong. When I played Gears of War 3, for example, I did not like the idea that seeing a skinny woman curb stomp my face in, right, instead of Marcus Phoenix or Coltrane or Dom, like, yeah, that I did not like. I did not like that. Because the theme and the whole setting of Gears of War is hyper masculine. Zenless Zone Zero isn't looking like it's trying to really care about being hyper masculine at all. It's just trying to be like any other kind of anime like game. You know what I mean? Like, it should just be just like the cast is already like split 50-50. It's split 50-50 fucking characters of men and women. Alright? That's why they're all able to have fucking kids and shit, like, at some point in the series later on. And it's just annoying to see that now, fast forward, for a game that really has a chance of starting off something grand and shit. It's not, one, it's a gacha game, so it's already fucked. But, like, you're really telling me that I keep only pulling fucking just fat titty, just fat ass thigh gap women that have, like, damn near no personality at all, and that they're just clearly just supposed to be just like another, you know, fake dating just delusion. Oh, you want to go out to spend quality time with Nicole, her fat ass tits just right there, and I'm like, dude, you know, why can't I just have like male characters, man? I just and I don't want no furry fucking character like the butler dude, like Lycone. You know, like, I want to see just more characters that are just not Gunner based shit. And these people are like, they immediately think that I need to apparently get off by seeing the next male character in Zenless Zone Zero. So I said, you're a fucking idiot. Wait a minute. Why am I... You know what? Look, this is the last thing I will show you. I promise. This is the last thing I will show you. Right? Because I forgot. I do have, like, another account on Twitter that, like, on my phone I use. I could just do this instead. I could just show you. Like I said, this is a talking stream, man. Like, this game is not... It's not playing fast enough. Yeah, these people are way too obsessed with, shamelessly obsessed with pornography to a point that it's just, they can't think outside of that. It's that bad. Okay, where's the shit ass? I'm gonna just find my other alt account. I'll find it. Okay, I can't find it. I'll find it faster. Come on, give me my motherfucking shit. Oh my gosh. Okay, there it is. It's still bad. I hate the way Twitter is. Let's see if I can find that shit. Well, I said that, but... Wait. I remember now. You have to go like this. Replies. Yeah. I still hate using this thing. Okay, I'm just trying to find this shit where I pissed off a couple people. And it was just enough to, again, be like, yeah, you people are fucking retarded. It was still pretty recent. Yeah, I need to stop using Twitter for a bit. Not that I've been using it hard, it's just, you're gonna see shit that's just gonna piss you off, just guarantee. And at least, like, though, what's funny, though, is that ever since Elon Musk took over, it at least still shows that the people who, you know, like, have been pushed to the side by the left and how the left dominated Twitter. And then Elon Musk took over, and guess what? Now, motherfucking, you really do see how many people are still pushing back against, like, the counterculture of everything is happening still. It's great. Okay, well, I don't know where the fuck this is. I don't know how long ago that was, but gosh damn. I'm about to just not care anymore. You already get with the point of where I'm coming from. Because I really did say... Oh, wait, is this it? Yeah, okay, I found it. Yeah, okay, whatever. It's really not that great, but... Yeah, I just thought it was funny. See, look. Let me try to let you look into my alternate account. Long Bone Jones. Long Bone Jones. He's a rat head. He got a he's a hamster head. He got a ham head. And I was just trying to think of like an alt account name, whatever. This works. Sometimes I do kind of think about, should I fuck with you guys and have an alt account in the Discord? Probably not. I wouldn't do that to you. But anyway, again, this game is just very hyper-focused. Because, see, look, game has potential of being really, you know, it's a good-looking game and everything, but then it's just like, girl, what's that? Girl, guy, girl, guy, girl. It's just constantly annoying, and then it's just like, which culture would you like the next ZZZ region district to be based on? And I was like, the one where you add more male agents than females. Challenge impossible. And I was just laughing. And then this motherfucker's like, imagine going to gacha as fan service. This faggot's like, imagine going to gacha as fan service and caters towards men more, but still complain about why so low amount of male characters. Okay, so it's like, have you never heard of fucking, you know, Doom, Warhammer? I can't think of more like fan service or more of like that type of shit than a literal game for men to play, as in like, I don't need, you know, like, men can enjoy Doom, men can enjoy Warhammer, men can enjoy a fucking D&D, men can enjoy medieval shit. Men like me, I like to enjoy cowboys, western frontier shit. I like to enjoy fighting games. So you better throw me some men at me. Or if again you're actually trying to do something different, such as like when Skullgirls was a thing, and hell, even before that, you know, games that tried to only have women in it, you know, that was a thing too. But still, it was just like, look, this game didn't ever... when I saw the trailer for this game, it never came off as like... I saw, like, enough male characters during that time period to think, okay, so there's gonna be, you know, it's... Alright, this better be much better than Genshin Impact, you know? Which it kinda ain't. And then, this guy's trying to tell me this game didn't come off as... You know, like... Whatever, you already get what I said. And, well, I said to this motherfucker, I was like, this game didn't come off as catering towards men. It was just simply an appealing looking game when it was first announced. You can't deny that, numbskull. And then I was like, you can still appeal to men with cool male characters, by the way. Way to think that was a possibility, you fucking idiot. And he is a fucking idiot. Men can pull for male characters if they either cool or meta, but usually it's not, so no pulling. It's like, you're fucking... Oh my gosh, man. That's because they never gave it the chance and opportunity to. A lot of the male characters are easy to pull because they're A rank, but the fucking S rank character, like Lighter or Lycon is easier to get than Lighter because they never fucking put Lighter damn near on the fucking map. You can't unlock S-rate characters outside of this roulette of only the 6 fucking S-rate characters they're willing to give you. The other fucking 10, you have to wait for every damn near month for them to cycle out. And so now you're fucking... It's a complete turn-off to try to sit around and wait for this game to give you, again, the fucking character you've been wanting to play, but you missed that character. Wait a whole fucking, 4, 5, 6 months for the rotation to come back around and see him again. Yeah, no, I again, stop playing, guys. Stop playing, stop playing. At least just play for the story. Just focus on the story. And guess what? They fucking just recently fucked it up too, where like the damn game is like there is no voice acting in it, and so watch them have AI voice acting again, because I bet the English VAs, what they're doing, they're trying to unionize for the 12th time against this Chinese chink studio that already has zero respect for anybody that tries to voice their opinion at all about anything. Which, by the way, you're stupid for even thinking you have an opinion working with fucking Chinese people. Like, both sides suck. Both fucking sides suck. Gosh damn, man. And then you get, this faggot here, he's like, no males. Like, this guy at the bottom here, like, no males. And I hope the CCC kills all its men except Lighter. It's just like, see, these are just fucking retards. Reprobate fucking idiots. And then he tries to come at me and be like, game didn't cater to men. Are you idiot or blind? How many female agents we have at start? A lot? How many they release later? Fucking all of them? Dumbass, if they release a huge amount of female characters that targeted mostly for males, then games targeted towards males mostly. Dude, this game is targeted towards really anybody. It should be anybody. Like, it shouldn't just be a game that's catered, because there's actually quite a bit of fucking stupid women that play MiHoYo games and shit too, unless they're the ones that act like they're trans, so it's like, okay, so never mind. Then this dude's trying to be like, we got Bangyu, a fucking robot, and Hugo, the one and only other S-rank guy besides Lighter and a furry wolf dude that I am tired of playing as. You really can't cater to both audiences. If you think HSR Honkai does both caters to male audience more, like, these people are stupid. And then you guys trying to be like, don't cry, little bro. Anyway, I'm not like mad or anything. It's just like I'm just like looking at how, again, fucking Coomer like brain rot these people are. Not that they even showed quite the evidence of it, but I thought I saw like a fucking... I closed it out. I'm not going to go back and look for it. But I thought I saw a comment that was just like... really shows how... somebody in there was like, then you should go play this specific game. It has a male-dominated cast. And I'm like... you really can't fucking see... You really can't make a fucking 50-50... Like, for every time a character is released, you should just add a man. It's a man and a woman. Then the next time, it's a man and a woman. Then the next time, it's a man and a woman. Like, they're able to... I know they're able to do that. But the studio doesn't want to. It's just, sex sells. But I'm so sick and tired of these people defending such bullshit because they don't care. Their dick is raw from beating it off. And now they're in their state of mind to fucking to try to shame me. Whatever.
25 has proven to be a Herculean chore.
Oracle and racial revisionism is just beating a dead horse.
Finding the desire to pick up new titles in 2025 has proven to be a Herculean chore, as I'd much rather seek refuge in my dust-draped pre-COVID gaming archive. Presumably, the state of many players' game libraries would show that it's beyond over, and that the sun has indeed set on the future of AAA titles, at least for now. The glorified paperweight that is the PlayStation 5 may as well be an improved incarnation of Action 52, and about as welcome as the upteenth 2D platformer, which is sure to be an adequate utilisation of the console's cutting-edge technological capabilities. The cracks of
Still trying to sound like all smart and shit, but I knew what he said. He's like basically saying, bro, look at how great and riveting this fucking platformer is, and it's just like, you can get a game like that, I shit you not, on the PS3. But yes, we really are wasting our times trying to fucking pay $800, $900 or more if you're getting scalped for a game console that, you know, you're just getting lectured by another girl boss character with a non-binary lesbian fucking, you know, friend just as mad at you for mansplaining yourself on the PS5. So you're getting lectured by feminism at like a 8K resolution, 60 frames per second, with the most cutting edge Sony's graphic card putting PS5 in the planet.
long started to show, with Konami and other studios constantly borrowing from their past
Holy shit, I gotta read the chat. Yeah, both sides. It's clear to see bend the knee to small hats. Well, you know what's funny? Sorry to be political again, but you know what's funny? They're like, the people on the left are bending the knee to Sharia law, which Sharia law would, like, execute them with the quickness. Because all the people who are like, Free Palestine, I'm like, okay, cool. Hey, you know they can't stand you being gay? You know Sharia law is like, they will... Anyway, I ain't gonna say it. It's just... That's how bad it is. That's how stupid it is. Like, this country no longer is trying to be Christian, or this country is no longer really, like... It's either you funnel money towards a country and not talk about it, or you are trying to act like some, like, huge anti-government, like, you know, resist against Trump. Only Trump, right? Don't resist against the government that's ruining your livelihood in California and making you move to Texas, and then trying to hate on the government over there because it's tied to Trump or whatever. Nah, you know what I mean? Like, and then, like I said, they're anti like Trump, so therefore they're like pro-Palestine, which is, you know, the country and the other side that are very, you know, Islamic and would kill you. Oops. Anyway. It's just funny, you know? It's really funny. Anyway, Corn Thor says, it's a weird situation on Gacha Twitter. That's all I'm going to say. Long story short, it's pretty much towards that Yuri Awafai stuff versus the target audience. Yeah, Gotcha Grail. Gotta stop as well, since Friday Night Freddy movie is coming early in my country. Oh yeah, that one. No, the problem is that both Japanese and Chinese got no VAs as well. Oh really? Oh, that's crazy. Well, time to start using AI. Use AI voices now. Which I'm surprised they didn't do that shit yet, because I don't know what's going on for them to not have any voice acting. But I bet you that, like, the voice acting crew, I guess, for Zenless Zone Zero is completely fucked. So, like, I can't wait to just now officially just play the game on mute. I don't care anymore. I used to actually, like, applaud the voice acting for the, you know, the game in English. Then it kept changing up some of the characters to a point where it was like, damn, this is depressing. And then one of the characters literally sounds like a robot, and I can immediately tell it's an AI voice. They replaced another stupid bitch who's like trying to unionize. Sadly, surveys exist. So if this shows that the ratio of gender where male is higher, then the company will cater to that. But why do they think that men only just want sex? Like, that's how bad it is. That's what I'm getting at, is they just think that we only just want to, like, jack off. Why couldn't they just make the game be appealing, which they did in the first place, where they had a few characters that made me think, oh, it's a very dynamic, feels like an anime type of game, like at its core, but no, it's this modern Coomer based like anime aspect that like basically the fucking ReZero, Darling and the Franxx type of anime culture that like that's where all the fucking stupid like body pillows and all the fucking like hentai and all this shit of these characters just exploded. It fucking exploded. Because around that time period where like these animes like became a thing and over here in the West, at the same time, that's when feminism grew and basically made a lot of women just like became inflated with their ego and they stopped wanting to partner up and with any guy. And so ReZero and all this other shit pushed, you know, the whole jack off culture to a higher degree. And then they also, I remember, came like VTubing a little bit after, like a few years ago. But yeah, Darling and the Franxx and like ReZero and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, the waifu. That's what I meant to say. The waifu culture. That's what it is. The whole waifu thing, which is ReZero and the Franxx shit. Yeah, the whole waifu culture thing. Really kind of turned anime into shit. Just shit. Whereas we used to have animes of all kinds of whatever, and that like, you know, there were so many different stories and everything that it tried to, yeah, there was always fan service. I'm not saying there never wasn't. There never, you know, I'm not trying to say that. It's just that they had just as much of good storytelling and good male characters that actually were just as unforgettable as your hot-ass, stupid anime bitch for, like, the millionth time. But, again, we had so many more, like, synopses of anime that's worth talking about. There was good shit. But now the waifu culture came in, and it's just bad story, isekai for the billionth time, but look at this fucking female character become like merchandise all over just the anime culture, and that's, you care more about her being hot and, you know, which artist can make her just the sexiest in outside of clothing, and it's just like that's what it's become. Anime has become. Now it's become this shit where these tourists also show up, and now they're like trying to blow up at fucking, like, lump in anybody left who's watching anime and just calling them all fucking like pedophiles and all this other shit. Anyway, bro, it's just a fucking mess, dude. It is such a mess, and gosh damn it, man, am I more mad really thinking about that. The potentiality of having a good story with like a strong, you know, male character with like a female character that's just like kind of more somewhat damsel in distress, or that she's good in her own way, that's not trying to show up the male character. Like, that whole aspect of that is gone. Women, girl boss characters are always going to dominate, but now it's like the West is trying to uglify them to clap back at people who don't like that shit, but they watch anime. But guess what? The anime was always making these girl boss characters a reality in the first place. It's just you would rather bust your nut to whatever art of that shit than Western bullshit. Like, it's all a mess. Like, if Xenosaga Zero came out like way before that, even if the gacha part of it was sucky, then it'd be like, I would kind of tolerate the game a little bit more, just because I could see a balance in male like characters and female characters. I'm just saying. Anyway.
Accolades to repackage and resell relics rather than focusing on new IPs or franchise continuity. By this insanely lackluster token, the hype for Metal Gear Solid Delta has already seemingly evaporated, and it is now more of a...
Yo, Free, I got a question. You might get offended to this, but by all technicality, are you a VTuber? I'm a bomb tuber. I am a bomb tuber.
もっと火を入れるよろしい。残念だよ。
By the way, I crashed Battlefield 6. I spammed all my emos at you, and I crashed the game. I don't think it's coming back if I try to boot it up again. Yeah, no, so funny you mentioned that. I'm still trying to find like this sweet spot where I can say and reuse that again, because, well, I never used it enough to say that's what we were. But here's the thing. I want you to give shout outs to OG Fingerlicker. He was the one that really kind of hit me with that idea, because I didn't know how I viewed myself. I was just simply, just in general, calling myself just a simple, like, a content creator. But this whole, like, VTubing shit, like, there is no fucking rig. Like, okay, so the only thing I would say is considered a rig is when I have someone do a commission. It wasn't a commission. Man, I hope that dude's doing alright. He was just being he was being crazy that night. I had to get rid of him. But I hope he's alright, because he's Russian. He's still having to fucking deal with a war that he shouldn't be fighting. But anyway, man. Damn. So this guy who used to be here, he actually, gave me a 3D model, like, as a gift one time by his, I guess, his group of guys from his Discord. They actually know how to animate and build, like, 3D models. And this motherfucker, you know, he showed me that damn OG Mudbum avatar, and that's the closest thing that I can say I have as like a VTubing model. But I don't use it enough because it's annoying to try to use it, because, damn it, the 3D model doesn't work good. I clip in and out all the time and shit, right? And it's just frustrating to use, to grab all my fucking hardware, slap it on my body, and watch the damn, model, like, start, like, glitching and spurging out. Yeah, it's frustrating. So, I don't use it as much. I need to still use it. It's just, it really is that frustrating to try to do anything with it, man. I shit you not. So, I guess just know that it's not completely out of, the question. Like, do you consider yourself a VTuber? And it's like, yesn't. Like, I was doing this shit just out of the get-go, not thinking about what I would categorize myself as at all. But after Fingerlicker said you should call this bum tubing, like, taking, like, crudely, like, on purpose, crudely, man, I'm giving away my secrets here, guys. I'm giving away my secrets. Good thing this channel ain't gonna go anywhere, at least for now. Only you people talk about this. And I know you ain't gonna fucking tell anybody else. Y'all better not. I know who you are. I literally know who's been watching this. But my secret is the bum tubing is you crudely pretend you're homeless. That's optional, I guess, but I think that's really where it stemmed off was you're homeless. You pretend to be an actual, like, hobo type of guy, and you're not trying to actually do any kind of rigging whatsoever. Because if you ever seen Finger Licker shit, he just did like an animation frame that like animates based off the amount of decibels. But basically there is no real rigging of any sort. You're just like me, I'm a GIF whenever I talk. And I'm a PNG whenever I'm not talking. And all the shit that you see me do, such as like at random anything to try to perpetuate, you know, some type of kayfabe or, you know, just puppeteering and just whatever, all that. It's like this truck here. When I already ungrouped myself, so I can't group it back again. But like when you see me move the truck around and all of us are moving around with it, like, you know, I do shit like that. Just the crudeness of all that I do. The crudeness that all that I do. Hell, even when I don't want it to actually be crude. In fact, I don't like it whenever shit kind of falls apart, whenever I have scuff. But the scuff is intentional to an extent. Like, I know you guys obviously have watched my videos and seen how, like, the way I carry myself. I do actually try to not make something look as ugly, but it just looks ugly because, you know, I have the most inconvenient way or unconventional way of editing. That's why, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm very disorganized, I'm very unorthodox with what I do. I just know that I got all my videos together though, but like, for example, I would like, if I'm trying to be quick to upload something to YouTube, I would just literally, like, spread my hands all over the keyboard just to get some type of, like, name to this MP4 file of my project. But now, I will actually forget what the name of my video is of... of me doing like that fight animation of like pizza. Don't worry, I really do be naming shit like, oh, this is like pizza tower dot prop PPRJ. That you know, the project file for when I animated the fight scene between the Blaze Blue guy Hazama versus the guy from Pizza Tower, the platformer game that was really badass. But like, yeah, I'm very crude in my... I feel like it's really almost just damn near a way of life. It's a way of even the way I carry myself content creating. Like, I will have scuff. I will have blunders. And again, it's funny that I say that, but I actually hate it. I actually hate it. I hate having blunders, man. Hold on. Let me try to open this back up. Yeah, I hate having blunders, but after being told that people like that, some people like that, like my buddy Fingerlicker, he told me that shit, and I was just like, yeah. But then like other folks that I know, like for example, Boss Theory is actually kind of more refined. He's like, I actually don't like it, but he said he's grown accustomed to it. He's grown accustomed to the yelling, the hot, like the peaking of my mic. And all that, like he knows when it's coming. When he comes in on my stream, he always lowers his volume down, specifically for me, for if whenever I blow his eardrums out. Yeah, that's bum tubing. It's almost like I said, it's damn near not just the way it looks, it's damn near the way it is. Like, man, this is some bum ass fucking editing, dude. Like, really, you know, You got these dancing fucking guys in the corner right here. Like, really? Is this the best? Is this your editing skills? You know what I mean? Where's my robo... Let me show you my RoboCop head. Well, I'm over here now. But, like, you know, the part of it... The aspect... Watch. This is the bum tubing part of it. It'll be like, look, see, watch. I'm a RoboCop. Hold on. We're getting somewhere. I can still be a RoboCop even to this day. Your move, creep. I buy that for $1. Yeah. I can still be a RoboCop. There's no, you know what I mean? Like, it could be anything. Oh, I would do shit like when I literally, no shit, had a fever. I had a massive fever, and also I was doing a bit for... I was pretending that I got flamed so bad for my opinion on why I thought Batman's theme song was fucking retarded, and it still is. Batman's theme song is the absolute worst. And I got... when I posted that video about, like, Batman's theme song suck, like, alright, Die Sucky, you know the drill. This song better be the next best thing. You know, like, since May's theme song, because everybody was being, like, trying to be, like, subversively retarded. Like, they know that Guilty Gear is never known for anything outside of rock or metal. Like, all of its Guilty Gear, the whole aesthetic of it is it's metal, it's rock. But songs like May's theme song and Strive and shit all of a sudden started becoming, like, more prevalent. And because Daisuke is, like, trying to do, like, this experimental gay shit to say, yeah, man, I'm just experimenting, and, you know, you might like it, you might not. But, like, all these people are sitting there, you know, instantaneously dick riding whatever Daisuke pumped out as far as music went. And May's theme song, like, sure, it can work in, like, an anime opening for, like, a stupid, like, fan service, like, beach anime about being on a beach and shit. I don't know. Like, it's that stupid. And, like, music from Strive has become progressively so shit that somehow they, like, whenever they try to do more experimental crap, one of the other biggest subversions was Batman's theme song and how it played out. It had no direction. There was no riff that actually stuck. And the bass line, if that was supposed to be the hook to get you into the song, it sounded like a fucking train, like a literal train wreck in India. Like, it was that bad. And so I made fun of it. And I actually got ratio pretty bad. But the people who still, like, were with me on that were, like, they were there holding it down. Boss Theory holding it down. Because Boss Theory used to be a musician, right? And so he actually was helping explain why the song sucked. And even then, people were still, like, throwing me to the ground. So, like, I jokingly pretended that, like, they beat me up. Like, they basically put me in my deathbed. Like, damn, man, I thought my views about this Batman's theme song was gonna win. But I'm in my hospital bed because they fucked me up so bad in that ratio that I'm gonna die. And that's where this ice pack on my fucking hat came from. Because I did a stream where I was playing, like, multiple games. I think it was Blaze Blue. And I was joking, like, so much about how even some of the people who actually were trying to be, like, dick riding, they were trying to be attention whores. Like the guy who got the most views or the most likes saying Batman's theme song is actually good, but you're just being, like, a blatant hater because you're miserable. That's what he tried to, like, sick me with, right? And again, like, he was just being a fucking FAG. I'm streaming, and this guy shows up, and he's like, wow, a stream about me? Thanks. But everybody, like, in my chat was like, get this fucking get him out of here. Yeah. That shit's hilarious, man. Oh, I got my Vegeta hat. That's when we were playing, me and Fingerlicker were playing Dragon Ball FighterZ. This helm, that's when we were playing Tony Hawk. Yeah, like, bum tubing, overall, man, you just do whatever. But you don't care about the quality of it, man. You try not to care about the quality of shit. Yeah, you see Squiggly? I remember I tried to throw in some Squiggly, like some Skullgirl shit, and that first stream I did of Skullgirls was the most... I wish I never did it. I wish I never fucking had this. Cause I was getting my ass handed to so bad by like the neutral that I will never be used to understanding in Skullgirls, with Robo Fortunes being mained and Peacocks being main. Like, you know, you're not gonna win. Motherfucking wait. I see Azrael. Oh, I made this back in the day because I still make fun of BlazBlue to this day. I felt like the only manly character is Azrael and Kagura, maybe, you know, Ragnar the Blood Edge. But like, I purposely made a joke using Azrael. He's like the only guy character I like in all of BlazBlue, and I made him hold this sign saying "No twinks, only real men." And I did throw Kagura Mitsuki in there anyway. Yeah. Yep, I remember that shit. Oh man, good times. I agree. I'm finding you're fun because of how unique you do in stream. I really do need to do stream more, man, but I've been so fucking... I'm not gonna lie. I've been a little bit hopeless again because I'm still trying to wait out to see if I even get picked up again. Because if I don't want to show my ID, I don't want to show my face, I don't want to show any type of something for the, you know, like the feds to like be like, oh, that's who this guy is, just so I can get put into the algorithm again, because I'm not being noticed at all except you guys. I figured it out, you know, I figured it out. Because if you don't show your ID, if you don't show facial recognition or whatever, then what they do is that they make you wait until like a certain amount of time, and then they like apparently put you back on the algorithm. So that's how fresh this channel is. And also, yeah, that's just a new thing they've been doing, and it's retarded. Anyway, yeah, it sucks, man. Anyway, yeah, that's how dumb it is, man. Like I said before, I'm still waiting to see and hear about something massive, like to a point where YouTube is actually like struggling, just like how Call of Duty is struggling with its fucking player count, man. Yeah, doxing yourself all using this job. Exactly. Like, it just, I don't know. Why the fuck? Why? You know? I hate this. Why even go that route? Why even just sell your soul? You know? Mike peeking is your trademark. Yeah, it was... I don't know how sound mixing still works. I get an idea of how it should sound after I've produced the content already, and I hear how tremendously different, because here's the thing. This monitor that I'm using is like a mono... I think it's just straight up like a mono like speaker. So like anything that's coming through this flat screen, smart, tiny TV, this mono speaker is just like, it's only going to make everything sound like it's coming from just that. And usually all the other effects that sound the loudest, such as like the Guilty Gear, like Fire, Soul Bad Guys, Tyrant Rave, the fucking pew, like the explosion, it always sounds the loudest from this TV, right? And me just talking into this mic, it has such a crisp, clear, it has such clarity to it that it sounds as loud as Tyrant Rave explosion, right? But every time it comes to the screen, the TV again, it sounds like it's actually like the loudest thing I will always have in my projects. But whenever I fully upload everything, bro, you can hear how the explosion goes from super loud. You play it in like a car, you Bluetooth anything, and you have like a better sound system. The explosion literally sounds like 140, like 144p, like audio. It was just going off, like it sounds so muffled. But when you hear me talk, it's super clean, and it just, I'll be trying to match the explosion, like how intense it sounds, how intense it can sound over the TV. So I'm just like, oh, you know, like trying to getting blown up, but then you hear like me like screaming so much louder on any other audio system. It's funny. Like, I really am living up to the whole life of just bum tubing. I am not trying to have this elaborate setup of anything unless I'm really ready to. And that's why also, like, everyone keeps telling me to monetize. I don't want to monetize. Like, I don't want to make this project, because I'm already getting, like, tired of doing this shit, especially when my channel got banned. I don't want to lose steam of what I enjoy doing faster because you now throw money involved. You throw money into the mix, and so now it actually feels like a job. I don't want this to feel like an actual job. I just want to be able to turn this into still a way of speaking my mind about Strive being a bad game and all of gaming sucking, and why it sucks. But anyway, yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed this stream. And actually, I will admit, it is feeling like I want to kind of bounce out of here. But I'm over here, like, booting up this game again, like I'm about to do something. I'm really not. But yeah, as long, like, I just gotta get my passion back, man. I'm trying my best not to still care about the lack of views and how my all the effort that I put into my channel, like the 5 years, or was it 4 years? Yeah, the 4 years I've busted my ass, making my last channel until YouTube took it, or like is holding it right now ransom. I just want my stream backs, man. I just want all my streams back, and I can just do the rest from there. It's my fault for not saving any of my shit, though. But yeah, I really just want that back. More than anything. Because, like, I rather still, like, start from scratch and people find me. Like, if people really are looking for me, because I know some of the people who are really also kind of like damn near ride or die folk. But, because I took too long of a break from trying to get my second channel back up, I think they clearly have given up on trying to find me, and that they're probably like thinking, well, that's it, And I think that the memory of me giving them content is probably gonna fade, but I hope not. I'm just look, I also made it easy for them to find me. Free2ThinkFree, Free2ThinkFree. Like, however you try to catch me, man, you'll find me. But YouTube is really that bad. And like I said, I want it to fall apart, man. And make it feel like that any other platform I can stream on, it is going to feel like just as welcoming, just as, like, what's the word? Sumptuous. Oh no, I sound like that fucking faggot in the bottom left corner.
Mere afterthought after the fact. While the upcoming release of Resident Evil 9,
Damn!
Stunning and Brave Panic Attack appears to be met with weak anticipation at best and utter indifference at worst. As for MGS Delta, the fidelity is passable, though a few obvious quirks ruin the experience. It is the Temu Fox Unreal Engine in all its glory, bedecked in a mere coat of paint designed to distract you from the fact that the younger, non-comatose Naked Snake moves with less dexterity and speed than his comparatively aged doppelganger in The Phantom Pain, which causes people to go ape over remakes and remasters, not to mention character skins, is a telling sign of the brain drain of subsequent generations. That which has come to pass will remain in the past, with the millennial watershed moments never to be repeated again.
These, like, look, they're hitting some good stuff, but I forgot to mention, they look like they're done talking about Expedition 33. I still feel like they're not really telling me. Like, they told me, don't worry, but it's just the way they're going about it, man. It's like a fucking Redditor made this, but, like, at least the Redditor isn't, like, stupid, and that they actually are making sense. But still, I can really feel that slight bit of vanity and trying to flex your linguistic skills cynically like you're trying to be like some different like type of moist critical who's a fucking massive shill and just a grifter, right? A slop tuber. Oh yeah, how about that? Slop tubers, they're a thing, but you already know that, so I ain't gonna go that deep in there. Other than like, yeah, I'll watch them every now and then, but like again, it's slop. So when they're sitting there talking about like whatever's trending, just remember that there are so many other folks that can actually give you the actual details of what's going on a lot better than a guy who just superficially glazes over the fucking news and tries to fucking talk like this and have his head on backwards in Miami, Florida. Yeah, you know, pucker my butthole and finger my nostrils twice. It looks like Black Ops 7 is kicking the urinal once again for the 7th time, Black Ops style. Anyway, that's about it. See you. Like, fucking slop tuber. Like, he doesn't really cover much. He just heard recently some shit, and now he wants to get his fucking name in there, and then the algorithm's like, oh shit, boy's critical, and it's like, okay, man. But yeah, other than that, yeah, just again, be careful where you get your news from. At least use that as like a let me actually look deeper into this, because I bet you're not telling me a whole lot. But anyway, sorry. Yeah, Dawn Never Die was I need to play that again. That was great. What a great game. I wish the matchmaking was better. I never got a match on that game. And like I just wish that the interface and everything actually like worked. Because it did. Anyway, I'm done watching this. Like, at least look, I'll admit, I'll give this a like, because all I'm saying is that I guess I just clearly don't like his style of talking. But at least he's actually hitting, you know, the points still just right. I mean, I can still learn from what he's saying, but we get it. Expedition 33 looks like it didn't do anything good. All you had to simply show me was the footage of the two women talking and like like a little fucking interview type of thing. And I saw two women, like, yeah, one of them created the game. I was like, oh, there's your problem. Anyway, all right. You want me to skip over? You skip to the end? Okay, let's see.
Again.
Zoomers are a generation actual art itself. The bar has been lowered to the point that releases being functional, not featuring disgusting characters, probably means that it gets above average consensus. What does it really matter if a character looks better or a game has functioning mechanics if the core messages are the same? Ones that recycle feminism and churn out furries, weaving anti-white narrative into its aesthetics and world. The idea behind this corporate leftist takeover wasn't solely about ruining art and corrupting civilization, but replacing any and all competent opposition.
I genuinely fucking hate that woman. I can't stand her. I mean, I don't hate her, you know, but I genuinely can't stand looking at her, man. She is part of the grift. She's part of the woke bullshit DEI push of ugly fucking women reign supreme in any of your IPs. That's fucking Deborah Wilson. Isn't that her name? She's from Mad TV. She used to be funny. She used to actually be the only like black woman I actually like was looking forward to seeing when I used to be a kid, and my brother would like make me watch Mad TV and show off her funny ass acting. She was funny when she didn't completely go bald and keep trying to push her fucking ass to be in every type of stupid ass title that needed a villain or a character, a boss character to look at, and there's her fucking bug ass, fucking praying mantis looking ass face. I'm so tired of her. Deborah Wilson pissing me off. And yeah, that shit they said earlier about it don't matter if their character's pretty or not. You're pushing feminism, and the message is always that is absolutely true. That's why I'm like, again, I don't know if I want to keep playing Zenless Zone Zero if like your story again. I would like to see the next Void Hunter, and it's a woman again. Like, really, just every single girl's a Void Hunter? Is it like are you trying to do some type of Warhammer 40k type of like storytelling? Like only Void Hunters usually like are capable of handling ether is the female body type or some shit. It's like, bro, if you said that much sooner, then I would have like maybe make sense of it, but still I can't make sense of it. You got dudes that are like 7 feet tall in Zenless Zone Zero that like beat the shit out of they literally look like they can fuck up a whole, you know, brigade of whatever, and here comes this 4-foot furry thing like being an S-rate character fucking up shit better than literal giant dudes who are jacked and literally are ripped for this very moment. Anyway, but at least it looks better. I will at least admit, even though the message is still the same, it's still better than looking at this burnt fucking roach fight literally the face of Star Wars and win.
Any developer in
At
the
least I
future
assumed
will
it
be
would.
hard-pressed to revive this culture, as the progenitors of modern gaming did from the onset. Even the upcoming generation of gamers is starting to reflect a shifting tide in cultural attitudes. Out with the chud, in with the soy. Some of these zeal-laden comments on X and YouTube videos are eye-watering, given their emotionally incontinent reverence for slop.
Okay. He literally ended the video right there. I guess he really want to get that point across, man. That was a good video. I just, you know, like I said, I don't like... sounded like a Redditor that, you know, again, isn't on the wrong side of history, but your Redditor tendencies need to, like, stop, like, now. Hey, like the video, if you ever seen it, it's like, hey, can you give me a Kentucky? And the guy's like, excuse me, if only you had just the simplest, you know, understanding of the American interstate system. And it's like, yep, that's a Redditor. That's what it reminds me of. It fucking sucks. I can't stand them motherfuckers. Alright, man. You know what? I really didn't need to call it. I kept telling myself I'm not going to stream that long. And like always, I keep telling myself, you streamed for too long, Free. Good job. You know, do something about all that weight you done picked up on your stream. Oh! Okay, guys. No, I really am going to just end it right here. You guys get the point. Guilty Gear Strive sucks. Fuck Strive. When's Guilty Gear Xrd 3? And I will catch you guys later. That was really all I had on my chest. A lot more than what I was actually trying to tell you. But yeah, it is the absolute talking stream. I'll try to do more random streams later on, just for anybody else to come across and be like, oh, what the fuck? Why is Free, ogmudbum, whatever, talking? Oh, why is Free2ThinkFree talking like this? Open it up and I might convince you now to realize that the noticing is real. But yeah, man, guys, you definitely have quite the stamina of being up, listening to me doing this shit too. That's funny. But guys, thank you for watching. And yeah, you know, that's it. All right, man. Still hitting that road. Brum, 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 brum. Yeah, because old beat up ass 70s fucking trucks sound like that. Where's Rev Duty? Where's Rev Duty?